Hello, everybody. It's your old friends at Monday Madness, and welcome to the latest episode of GrapsWatch, the podcast about the very unprofessional world of professional wrestling. Well, we have quite a bit to catch up on because summer is normally the down season in wrestling, but they seem to be bringing a few surprises on us this year with a few title changes in all parishes between WWE, AEW, and TNA. So we're going to have a chat about the more pressing of them, namely the 9-day reign of Sami Zayn. Quickly pivoting to a CM Punk potential return to a Summer of Punk, with SummerSlam just around the corner and a date with Cody Rhodes set for the Punkster itself. Obviously, AEW are also gearing up for All In, so we'll be talking about the final points of the Kenny Omega title win against MJF and how that sets up his match with Will Ospreay for the big match in Wembley. And of course, TNA, we have some business with him as well. With Nick Nemeth, now the TNA champion as well. And what does that mean with the brand, with quite a lot of departures going on at the same time? Alongside with that, we have our regular jaunts with the Mirror WWE Universe with 4 rounds of creative control this week. So strap yourselves in for that one, along with a massive overhaul of our TopGraps list, which we've been neglecting as of late. But we do just have enough time at the end to talk about Sheamus's departure from WWE and what the future holds for him, whether it's in wrestling, in football, or elsewhere. We all just very much have to wait and see on that front from one of the very much the legends of Irish wrestling. But for now, that's for this latest episode of GrapsWatch. And we are indeed back on GrapsWatch, and just in time as well, because I don't know if you've noticed, but it's kind of heating up around here. Not because of the heat wave in a sense, but it's actually that, booking is starting to happen now with SummerSlam and All In just around the corner. It's going to be a relatively busy month for pay-per-views, so what better time to do just some random title changes to make people pay attention again? But very much on the WWE note, we'll start off there. We had all these great intentions, as Aaron will tell you, to do this kind of like, context-free, guilt-free World Cup take on wrestling, that everything worked out fine. But the bastards at WWE decided to actually use Night of Champions as a way of making a title change. That caught everyone off guard. And then decided to do it again by randomly taking the title off that guy for your man who's back after working in the gym for 3 months because he just happened to be around the corner in his hometown. So a lot of stuff has been happening in the WWE world, and a lot of it seems to be kind of shuffling people into position, posturing a little bit to they can get into a sensible shape for SummerSlam. So, Aaron, I'll start with you on this one because I think you were the most aghast at these changes. So, take us back first initially to Night of Champions, where you saw one Sami Zayn lift his first World Championship.
And it was great. And the 9 days afterwards were also great. I wished he'd kept it longer. I think I said to you, do we talk about him possibly winning this after Fight Factory? Did we
possibly,
have a conversation?
Yes. We might have done so, yes.
I had to turn off my video. It's just not working and slowing things down. So it was shocking. But immediately, it was like a day afterwards, everyone was just like, this isn't going to be on long, is it? Well, this is not going to be the one that we wanted. And it was. Now, being the big dirty CM Punk mark that I am, I think everyone probably expected me to be over the moon on this one. It's probably the first time I've ever seen Punk win a title where I just went, oh, this might not work. People are going to be angry. And I'm happy Punk won the WWE Championship again. Very happy with that. But lots of buts. It's just, it was cool. his entrance was cool. He is getting very creative with his entrances in the last year, which I guess is kind of class. I mean, he co-won at Mania. He had a co-win at Mania before that. He had a co-win on Raw where he did the Bulls entrance music going in, and he had a co-win here. Jim Cornette reviewed it. It is quite a funny entrance because it's as if he got on his gear at home and either cycled or took a cab to the back of the arena and then opened it up and let him walk in. That's internally a very funny thought to have. That Adam Pearce was just like, I need you here in 20 minutes. He's like, I don't have my gear with me. He's like, just put it on and just cycle over. It'd be grand. We'll fix it. There's no problem.
It is a sort
But
of
yeah,
logic they really should apply to hometown heroes more often. The fact that they are literally able to get a title shot because they are down the road and available. Like that is
yeah.
a tenet of wrestling in a nutshell, is they always bring your
Mm-hmm.
gear. Like how many indie shows have relied on your man around the corner for a match because your fella
Yeah.
from Europe didn't fly in? I've seen that happen at least on two indie shows in my past. Like working
I mean,
class John man is a saint of for that exact reason.
yeah. I mean, as
You
I
know.
as I said to you as well, Jonathan, when we did this last week, before the World Cup one,
Mm,
um, it's I'm hoping he turns heel. Um, because Punk has a tell when he's a heel. And I think Jamie might agree with me. He starts doing the Hogan thing with the cupping of the air, which is usually his tell that he's about either A, on the verge of it, or B, he's already there. We just don't know it yet.
mm,
And a heel Punk run on SmackDown might be quite fun. I still think if they're going to have to turn one of them heel between him and Cody, it really should be Cody. But I'm happy with a heel Punk run. Maybe selling out a bit. You know, he's finally gotten to
yeah,
that point where he's just like, yeah, no, I do want to be in the position of The Rock is in. Yes, I actually do want to work very little and make all the money and have all the titles because I earned it, which would be fun. Again, I don't know whether they're going to do it or not, but I do have to feel sorry for Sammy. He really did deserve a long reign, or at least a couple of months, a bit of something. But we're at that point now where I think it's come out afterwards that he may have been the one that took the really heavy pay cut a couple of months ago. And yeah, I don't
okay.
know. I'm very
Uh,
nervous going into it because I do think Sammy might actually have already just gotten that for the sake of it. And
mm.
now it's oof.
Like I said, I suppose
So
the power
yeah.
of the Saudi show as well. Yeah, Jamie, what about yourself then? So you would presumably would have seen the two events as well, and do you kind of do you share kind of Aaron's cynicism in that regard, or do you think there's a bit more of a kind of
Um,
honesty to it?
I'll be honest, the Night of Champions thing took me completely off guard. I did not see it coming at all. But it came as a relief because Cody as champion, I think at least in his current guise, is stale.
Mm,
I don't think there was anything particularly exciting about the scene, but Sammy winning it was like a shot in the arm. It was completely left field. I think everyone was kind of assuming Brock Lesnar was going to be the one to take the belt off him. So
mm,
now when it was in Chicago, it became fairly evident fairly quickly that it was going to be Punk. But
Mhm.
it really seemed like they were going to slingshot the belt over to Obafemi at SummerSlam. So Punk winning it was also sort of a, oh, okay, this is new. I think Aaron was right. I think the cupping of the ear and doing the Hogan gestures, I think that was him making reference to the fact that he knows this was like WrestleMania night, that he knows he
yeah.
just slid in,
Mm.
and as he put it himself months ago, a title shot fell out of the sky. I think we're going to see
Mm,
a lot more of his kind of little sound bites from years gone by come back. And I think one of the more important ones is where he told Cody that he was glad he was the champion because Punk knows what he'd have to do if he was
Mm-hmm.
champion and who he'd have to become. We're going to see him become it. I think
yeah.
Cody and Punk is probably the Mania main event. I think the first time around we're going to have them both as faces, and then I think Punk's going full heel.
Interesting.
Um, Ideally, I really hope he doesn't. I hope it isn't a case of Punk keeps the belt, does the heel champion thing to Mania, and then Cody overcomes him and wins the belt because that's
Been done,
very
really.
played
Yeah.
out.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I think there's potential there. I think they've been teasing this for a long time. They've been having their little segments here and there with nothing coming of it in the moment.
Yeah.
So Punk and Cody was always going to be something they were building towards.
Okay.
They're clearly going to give that to SmackDown now and let Raw do its own thing. As far as Sami goes, I think there is something to be said for being a transitional champion, even if that's all you are. He's held the title a lot longer than a lot of people who lost it on the same night or the next night. And yeah, I think it's an albatross off his back that it's not,
Mm.
oh, but you could never win the
Yeah,
big
but
one.
I don't mind him being a transitional champion. 9 days just seems a bit
You see, I think
fuck.
it gives him, I think if he
That's
wasn't going to
ammunition,
hold
though,
it
isn't
for
it?
a
Yeah.
really long time, it's better not to hold it for the mid length of time, lose it quick, and it becomes a bigger deal. If he'd held it for 2 or 3 months, it would have been, oh yeah, he had that title run.
Yeah.
Whereas if you make it 9 days, it actually gives him something to whinge about. And that's a lot of what his character has become these days. The
Yeah.
technically right, but
Yeah.
whingy. He's
It,
been veering towards heel without going over the line.
mm.
Mm.
And he'll be technically justified complaining about this too.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I also wouldn't be entirely shocked if this beckoned the return of Mr. Owens.
Very possible as well. I suppose
Him,
it kind of gives them the
him.
creative
This
options. Yeah.
this leading to an Owens return and having him win it as two heels would be
Could be.
Yep.
Could
a
be.
very
Yeah.
fun one.
Yeah. Brian, how about yourself then? So obviously you've seen kind of two different perspectives on it. Like two to take away so far seems to be kind of like it's a bit of a reset creatively for WWE, and also perhaps for the shock value. Would you kind of mirror those ones, or do you have a different perspective on it?
I'm in two minds. One being it, back to regularly scheduled programming,
Hmm.
or it's WWE breadcrumbing to like Jamie said, to refer back to stuff. That was a great point. That yeah, they're probably doing the long burn to have the oh fuck in 6 months, 8 months, 12 months time. Sammy cutting like vignettes and social media posts with the title like a newborn child was so fucking endearing and funny and fun that it really made me think he's just milking the fuck out of this because he knows what's coming. And it was pure concentrated joy. It was great. And that promo he cut backstage, the vehement, absolute vitriol, cursing, really going for it at Punk. I was like, oh, I like this guy. This is good. It actually had the heat and the venom and the prowess of the pipe bomb Punk, which was
Hmm.
lovely. And I was like, let's go with that, Sammy. I like this guy. Fuck yeah. And I love the image of CM Punk getting changed into his gear like Mrs. Doubtfire changing into the fat suit when the inspector was in the apartment. That's
Hmm.
that's what I like to think. Help is on the way, dear. That's what I'm imagining. But the whole run now to Mania, which is how they do it. They've given up the ghost on that one. That's how they do things. The most fascinating thing is not Punk versus Cody. It's how Cody wins. It's can
Hmm.
he stay squeaky? Can he still continue to be the new Cena? Or will we finally see him go back to his literal natural roots? Brunette Cody is a fucking menace, and I adore him.
Brunette,
Um,
yeah, non-dyed Cody is
it's
quite fun.
so good.
Those
But
early TNA days were quite
he
good, actually.
he really and the Ring of Honor run was great.
Yeah,
But the thing with him is he's the Make a Wish guy now. He's the guy and he's all the kids, and that's you need that. and you would need someone to fulfill that role. And as much as I love Danhausen, it's not going to be him. You need another squeaky clean, kid friendly act. Not the right word, but you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
For Cody to turn, it has to be for monetary gain for the company. Cody's worth too much as a babyface. So much in the same way with
But you're
Roman.
getting your fear here is that you get to, as you said, Roman levels of annoying babyface, and we please need a change.
Yep.
Or Cena levels of it.
That's the method. That's just the method. There's very little things that work anymore in terms of modern WWE playbook style and booking. But what has worked and been proven to work is shove the baby face down everybody's throat until they fucking enjoy gagging on them, which is what they did with Roman, which is what they did with Cena. And Austin and Rock didn't have long enough a run, but that's what's going to happen. We would have got sick of Austin eventually, where we are, as Daniel Bryan put it, fickle. So it's in that fickleness that Triple H lands between the lines of his booking, that he knows what we're like and he's playing us against ourselves, and it's 4D fucking chess, and they are dog walking us. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly to get a rise out of their fan base. I wish it wasn't as fucking slow build as it is, because I am the casual guy in this chat. Don't have the time, don't have the attention span, and that's my personal attention span. I just don't have the fucking stomach for it, for this slow drawn fucking ride me already, for fuck's sake. I can't be fucking tickled with the feather anymore. Punter,
just have an image brain and like ringside of the WWE show call, will you fucking ride me already? Give it to
me. he's just there presenting and the back is like, come on, I'm fucking perched, I'm ready.
Yeah, no, I am fucking lathered up on the fucking side of the orgy, ready to jump in, get me in the pile. But it's just like it is good. That's the problem. But it's everything else is fucking dire. That's what frustrates me. Is there's like, such a clear fucking ceiling, and there's the big boys and the restias, and I'm like, fucking hell. That's the one thing I really like about the potential of AEW is that you can kind of see there's a slightly more fucking yellow brick road. That it's I can kind of nearly believe in the magic, even though it's so painfully fucking laid out of where it's going to go, and I know we're going to talk about it, but it's like, at least they're lying to me.
Don't you worry. Can we get Dave in on this episode at some point, just for like 10 minutes?
Unfortunately, he has refused. He has not been able to take up our invitation, so you'll just have to pursue him on your own time, Aaron. Unfortunately, yeah.
He knew what was coming.
But like,
I'll defend AEW.
I want to.
We need someone who's at least committed to it in some way, shape, or form. We know I ain't going to be either of us, so
I'll have you. Actually, Jamie is a very good actor. I'll have you know. Don't be underestimating his skills.
No, he might be a good actor, but he's not that fucking good. All right,
he is that good, actually.
Totally straight faced. I think Kenny Omega winning the title was a good thing.
See, he is good. He is good, in fairness.
No, he fucking got me with that. He got me with that.
Yeah. No, in all seriousness though, like obviously because we haven't had a proper catch up on current affairs in WWE, there has obviously been a lot of roster change up in a sense. And what's very evident to me, and again, maybe this is just my own kind of like observations, and perhaps you don't share it, but I found that a lot of the changes that have been made, this kind of like not quite a draft, but more like a kind of traditional transfer window, if I can call it that, kind of like in a sense where like they're not really kind of pretending anymore that a draft is a draft. It is very much a case of like, we're just going to move these people around now because it's easier and it makes our lives a lot less hellish on the booking. Because certainly on the Raw side, I think they found themselves in a bit of a hole having both Obafemi and Gunther on the same roster. So Gunther had to go to SmackDown. Likewise, CM Punk kind of like did everything he needed to do on Raw, therefore he also had to go to SmackDown. Cody also on SmackDown. Shit, Sami also on SmackDown. Oh well, let's put all the Samoans on Raw to balance it out.
No.
And it very much seemed to be that kind of thing where like the changes on the roster was more to do with people avoiding each other as opposed to them gelling well. Because it feels to me that the likes of Gunther and particularly Finn Balor, who's been lost in the shuffle totally, almost like feel like they're on the wrong side of the tracks and they need need other dance partners in order for it to make sense. So naturally, this means then okay, you need a reset then of your hierarchy on SmackDown, and so Sami Zayn taking the championship, as fleeting as it was, is a reset, and it allows then for CM Punk then to go ahead there. So I suppose like my overall point is that with SummerSlam on the way now, and this is now where the booking actually starts to wake up a bit and catch on to itself. How interested or intriguing do you think those title changes make SummerSlam into? Is it a compelling watch now, or are you still waiting for kind of like a mid card to bulk it out? Is the main event working for you? Is what I should say.
It is in some ways. I think the only issue was just that they finally got Fakir back, so they finally got Liv to do something now that she has the belt. On the other hand of that, Rhea Ripley's clearly injured. She's apparently ripped her meniscus, and they're just not taking the belt off her. And she hasn't been on TV in a month. You've just hamstrung your entire women's division on SmackDown now. It's There's nowhere for it to go. Thankfully, they have the women's belts, so I guess there's something there for some of them to do.
Was it going anywhere?
But that's the thing. They didn't. The worst thing is, it didn't even get a chance to go anywhere because she hasn't even wrestled really since Mania. She hasn't done anything since Mania. I think she's only had the tag team match. What, the pay-per-view after Mania? Was that it?
The match with Jade then at the Champions.
You could fully abandon the entire women's division and only bring them out for the Royal Rumble and the Elimination Chamber, and we wouldn't miss them, which is disgusting to say because Bayley and fucking Lyra are doing a program, and I couldn't give a fuck because I just don't see it. It's probably great. I don't fucking know. I don't get to watch it.
They've done something here with Lyra that might actually really work. It's fun seeing her as a proper heel on WWE television because we all know what she's capable of.
She's gas.
She's fucking brilliant. But they're going a little bit different with it, which has completely lost her fucking mind, which is quite good. And the promo that she did on Raw was fucking phenomenal. So
a touch of the Tatum Paxley's, you might say.
Yeah.
Almost certainly leading to the debut of Same.
Yeah.
Well, given the fact you got rid of one crazy Scottish woman, now we have a crazy Irish woman, and that's the entire discourse I'm seeing is, oh, Nikki Cross's gimmick looks good on her.
I've seen that, but at least I mean, but I think she's going to pull it off well enough.
Oh, she's fucking
that she's so pissed off that she's just completely consumed by her anger of the last year.
One of the greatest vignettes I have ever seen was her and Debbie Keitel roaming around Finglas looking for CT Flexor. Just hilarious.
That was very good. I remember that.
The level of commitment and the level of both comedy, acting, performance, and just, I don't give a fuck. Like, you don't hang around Bayley for that long and not pick up a fuck it. Because Bayley's an all-timer. No one's going to fucking turn around and go, oh, Bayley's not great. She's just been given. Fuck all. But fucking Lyra will turn around and go, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. Give me nanny's fucking curtains. Let's go for it.
Joe, what I am kind of sad about, Dan, if they did do a heel turn where she turned into a cunt, right? You can bleep that if that's going to get us kicked off. I think that might get you kicked off. If they're going to go with it, I kind of half wish they could bring Debbie in.
Because that would be ideal.
She would have. She is
a proper queen.
Yeah, she's a proper WWE heel. She's not an AEW one. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I do. I know what you mean.
Better, she would work better in the WWE as a full-fledged heel. And if they got the two of them in and give them the tag belts for a bit, that would be brilliant. And you could actually see like how good she really is as a heel. But I'm still interested to see where they go with it. I'm actually very interested to see how they're going to run this because it looks good at least.
This kind of goes back to my issue as well. The fact that match is for Saturday night's main event and not a 2-day SummerSlam is part of the stuff that Brian was tapping into there about how annoying it all is, because like it is very clear you could just have that match on SummerSlam, it'll be perfectly fine. But it's the this rationing of feuds and matches so that they go here instead of here for no reason beyond just being energy efficient or just essentially less making more of the less that you're giving the fans. And I think that has always been part of the issue in the recent Triple H booking is that okay, we're gonna build this program up now, but just kidding, the end point is actually here and not the bigger show that you were hoping for that we actually do need matches for.
There's
Like
been
because we
two
made a
things.
decision to give you 10 matches over a weekend, not 13, which is probably a better deal.
There's two things you've given me another fucking penny to add to the jar, Jonathan, that I
Sure.
will be repeating ad nauseum and telling everybody it was my idea. The
Go
first
on.
one was WWE books and seasons, and now making the most of very little.
Yeah.
That is, you've hit the nail so hard on the head, it shot through the fucking 2x4 and into the house beside it and killed a man. You've hit it that fucking true.
It
Honestly.
wasn't Hacksaw Jim Duggan by any chance anyway, because I know he's down for Comic Con at some point, so I don't want to kill him.
But that's exactly what they're doing. They're making like hills they're making mountains out of molehills.
Yeah.
There's like, here's a tiny little thing that's going to get dragged out now for 2 to 3 fucking weeks and 14 fucking different angles on fucking social media. And I don't give a fuck. I really just show it to me. Stop fucking overcooking it and just cook the fucking food. Give it to us. Let us eat it. And we'll go to the next course. It's so unbelievably fucking drawn the fuck out. That it's like, it's fucking, look, it's lost me. And I'm fucking spicy brain as fuck. They're going to lose me anyway. But it's just like, they're so into it. Oh, it's what we do. Listen to fucking Heyman talking. God, he thinks he's great. And there you have it all sewn up and they're all so clever. If yous are so fucking clever, why is the product bland as fuck? I know yous know what yous are doing. Yous know exactly what yous are doing, which is even more fucking frustrating because I know you know what you're fucking doing. So much so that the best booker this year so far is the fucking Undertaker?
It's very weird to say that out loud.
And he's a fucking waste of fucking air and airtime and podcast. Fuck off. But the booking's good. Fuck. Like, I'd rather
talk is right twice a day. Yeah.
Like, I'd rather them be shit on podcasts and better at booking. Stop using all your fucking good energy for Chris Van Vliet, who I fucking adore. Who is, quite frankly, the only reason I'm even remotely interested in modern wrestling. Because it's not the fucking product.
So on that point, is like, would you guys would you agree with Brian's point there about the kind of protracted nature of the WWE cycle now? Is it the fact that they are literally working on 3-month steps? Let's get to SummerSlam. Okay, we've done that. Let's get to Survivor Series. Oh, we're done that. Let's get to Mania. Oh, the Rumbles is here as well. Do you guys kind of equally jaded with this aspect, or do you think there's a bit of structure to where there normally wouldn't be any?
There is. It's just there's been so many missteps when they do this. It's they suffer from Game of Thrones syndrome, which I just made up on the spot.
Go on.
The start's good, the middle is fine, and when you realize they don't know where they're going to end it, it's like, fuck. Here comes all the goodwill that you just had for the last 6 years, and it's gone. They don't seem to end any storyline properly. Like everything, like the Lyra thing is starting off well, and it's going to be fun, and then you're going to hit a point in November where you're just like, fuck, they don't know where to end it. They don't know where they're going with it. That's their biggest issue. It was the only time they pulled it off properly was Cody Rhodes, and they've been trying to recreate that magic even in little bits and pieces, but they haven't been able to. and the only person who's done it is the Undertaker.
But it's
And that's it, and that's the problem I think that they're going to have. We
I
all
would
know that they have a plan, but the plan is very good to start off with. It's pretty decent in the middle, and then we hit the blow off, and it's like, fuck, not a fucking again, dickheads.
to provide a way to transition. Because we'll talk about WWE forever, right? And we can ping pong
Uh,
around.
Jamie, I think wants to cut in there, do you? And then before you switch to
yeah,
AW, yeah, go for it.
just on the subject, their booking of the women's division has been dire.
Yep.
It genuinely terrible. Now, I don't think it's great across the water either. I think women's wrestling in general has been left down an awful lot in the last 2 to 3 years. It could be a much bigger draw than they're letting it be. I think WWE has these kind of great ideas for the characters and where they're going to go, and don't really seem all that interested in how they get there.
That's
Uh,
the point. That's the point I'm trying to get at.
yeah,
That's where I'm on about the game. Like Game of Thrones had all these great characters, but it seemed like by
yeah.
the end of it, it was just like, oh, we got to wrap it up somehow.
There's
May as well do one of this.
I
Jon Snow
think
has to come. Spoiler alert: Jon Snow has to come back from the dead.
yeah, it's
Okay, but the ending's not going to be very good. And you're going to piss everyone off, but you had to follow a certain story to get there. And
like
eh,
like my great fucking scheme in all of this is fire the writers. Fire them. Because they're in the fucking way of the wrestling and the wrestling product, and people knowing their characters, being able to do like real wrestling is not run through a writer.
No, but there's
It's
so
worked
much
with.
that we don't know about how that's actually being run.
Well, yeah,
I don't know why they being done, because when Triple H took over, he was hot shotting, and that can't last forever. As
no,
AEW are finding out by trying to do it forever. You can't. You have to have your down period too. It always had to slow down at some point. I don't know. With the way it's become so money orientated and with the parent company caring about nothing but the bottom line, I'm wondering, is there potentially the edict to make it last as long as possible? Because we know they kind of like what's happening now. So let's do that forever.
Oh, it's the
Yeah,
bargain.
that's what it felt like. It felt like a kind of a Disneyfication of the booking, in the sense we're like, okay, we
Yeah.
have these cash cows, let's ride them into the sunset as much as we can until they break down, and then we'll just find another one. Because I think WWE are comfortable in the knowledge that they can just make a cash cow whenever they want to, because they have one Nova Femi ready to go, and no doubt they have another two or three in the pipeline where they can say, right, because they do have all the resources and energy able to just make somebody the next Cody Rhodes, as we were talking about earlier on, the Make a Wish kind of like kind of top of the pile, shall we say? So they can always do that. They have that ability to just pull a lever and make someone a star. And what's interesting is that like 9 times out of 10, the fans kind of rebel against it because it's not the person that we would have chosen. It's what happened to Roman Reigns. But as you guys said, eventually the booking just got better for him. That we said that actually, you know what, this is the guy we wanted to begin with.
But
You
that's
know,
my point.
yeah, because we got to that stage of rebelling up to
the
a point where he's in a malleable shape.
look, I fully get it. Right, big parent company. Bottom line, spreadsheets. They're putting out feelers and testers and fucking groups and making sure that things are the way they are, and they're fucking testing metrics all the time. I fully get that. That's what has me completely fucking separate from it, because I know it's by committee. I just feel it's not the organic product that wrestling can be, which is its niche. Audience goes, yay, we run with that guy for a bit and we see, can we get them to the stratosphere? I don't think Austin would have been Austin today as a
no.
very
Oh,
big
I
fucking
think that's absolutely
overarching.
agreeable. Yeah,
So
100%. Yeah.
it's something that Cody got over because there was a natural groundswell that the machine was ready for. You have people who are naturally catch a bit of momentum and the machine isn't ready for them. And I'm like, that's where you are missing it. You are
Yeah.
missing your fucking shots. You're only going to shoot when the duck point pops up in the one spot on the fucking game. Pop up and they're ready to shoot only in this direction, only at this time. And it's just, you're missing it. You're missing a connection. You're missing that actual real, the actual, they're so interested in being cinema that they forgot that they're theatre.
That's a very good way of putting it, and it's interesting because we wanted to talk about what's happening in AEW as well, because it's very evident that AEW obviously they're gearing for All In, so they have to kind of get appropriately all their ducks in a row. So they made their title changes now. So MJF is out of the picture, and Kenny Omega is now the world champion. And this is now gearing up to become the main event of All In, which of course is in Wembley. So naturally, this is leading to an Ospreay versus Omega main event,
Yeah.
and in a nice possible way, because I know we do want to do a proper all-in preview and approach it from different angles. But
Do we really
well,
need to?
well, I'll make their case for it in this sense, because Ospreay versus Omega, I wanted to posit, is the most AEW main event you could get. It is as they would want it. This is exactly, if you wanted to summarize AEW, this is the product as they would want it, and they would have it. So going back to that aspect where, in a way, this is actually quite clear cut and quite logical. It's like, we want this main event for All In. We think it's going to sell like hotcakes because that is what the AEW fan base wants. It is the type of match that they would want. Whether it's for the casual or not, I think is what we can discuss in a few minutes. But surely just putting the title on this guy to have him ready for All In, after having, to be fair, at least a few weeks build up where he gets his groove back, as it were, on both sides. So there's a correlation there between the story. But as I'm sure a lot of people are going to talk about now, there's a good way of doing it, and then there's just kind of like a cheap way of doing it. And I think AEW probably took the cheap way, just pulled the trigger and just got it done, as opposed to building up a story to it.
Yeah,
Hey, like you far away there, and go ahead.
No, I was just going to say this is their WrestleMania, and they kind of fucked it. Could you imagine a month before WrestleMania, they just went, well, Punk's got to be in the main event against... No, let's just say they wanted to do Cody and Reigns 3. And everyone knows they're going to do Cody and Reigns 3. And they realize 5 weeks out, fuck it, just give them back to Reigns.
Well, WrestleMania 17, like Austin won the Rumble and Rock took the title off Kurt Angle 5 weeks away from Mania 17.
That was at a pay-per-view. And everyone knew that was going to go. They just did that in a random fucking Dynamite. There's a difference. Could you imagine if they did that same title change on a random Raw? 5 weeks out from Mania.
I mean, Punk just won the title there 5 weeks away from SummerSlam.
Yeah, but SummerSlam is not SummerSlam. SummerSlam is SummerSlam. WrestleMania is WrestleMania. All In is All In. This is their WrestleMania. This is their biggest show, and it has been for the last 4 years. So it's different. It's different booking. It's you've got to have a clear. If Kenny Omega won it 3 weeks ago, if he beat Darby Allin for the belt, much better. Do you know what I mean? If they did it,
absolutely.
That's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah.
Jamie, I know they had to do it.
Yeah, Jamie, you had opinions on this title match, so I'll let you away with this one. This one is what you're waiting for.
It's just, you called it the most AEW main event they could do, and that's actually perfect because it makes no fucking sense. They missed the point. They want to build Will Ospreay up to be their new uber mega baby face, incorporating all the different things that makes AEW, and he'll be the most E of all of AEW. And they want him to be the baby face. So why in the name of God would you not put them against your biggest heel? MJF, Will Ospreay. That's your money main event. It's
even a triple threat.
I don't think Kenny needs to be there. Now,
no, he probably doesn't, but I'm like, if you're going to have him there, just do it in a main event.
Maybe it's more of a spiritual passing of the torch, but I think they had a money match in Ospreay and MJF. It was predictable. It was very clear from day one that Will Ospreay was going to win the Owen, and he was going to go to Wembley, and he was going to win the belt. That part is still going to happen. I don't think it's as good against Kenny. I think Kenny is kind of a square peg in a round hole. I don't think there was any issue with MJF being the one to lose the belt in Wembley. Like
Hmm.
Aaron said, in fact, I don't think MJF should have lost the belt to Darby to begin with. I think MJF should have just held it straight through the year and then lost it to Will, and it would have meant more for building your new
Yes,
baby
but
face.
have you taken into account that he had 5 weeks of bangers, so it made it all worth
Oh, of course, of course,
it.
of course.
The
I've
problem,
never seen a man more pissed off in my life from a comment that I did originally.
but that's that it was. I want to see the actual promo, but we've all seen it. Jamie, you threw it into the chat. Oh, this is Goku versus Vegeta. It's clicked for me. Where WWE is cinema and movies, AEW is anime. It makes complete sense. It makes absolute sense. And
No, it
now,
doesn't.
no, but it does.
It
because
does a little bit.
It's
it
fucking
is.
children. Will Ospreay's
It's
at
just without
33.
aiming
He
at
is
that.
my age. He's my age. I shouldn't be quoting Dragon Ball Z in a wrestling show that people are meant to take seriously leading up to their biggest match of the year to
Yeah,
get it
but
over.
But
You don't have to say that.
But you
that
don't
is-
take Dragon Ball Z seriously. There are
Exactly,
people
but
who take Dragon
but
Ball Z
it's
very
not even-
seriously.
it's not even-
Epitome. They're building to this. This is their biggest main event of the year. This was critical. This promo was critical in the build to it because they want people to buy the pay-per-view. And this is quintessentially the fact that AEW is for the sickos.
It's a niche product for niche fans.
Yes, and they don't want to be anything else. They
It
don't want
shouldn't be.
extra viewers. They don't care. Tony doesn't care if it makes money or not. It's a fucking vanity project.
But
Like-
technically, so was TNA. Right up until when then they were different. You can be different, but the
You-
same.
You need to read Jerry Jarrett's diaries because Jeff isn't exactly telling a straight story there. But yeah.
I know he probably isn't. I mean, they left out some things in that we may talk about later. We probably won't because I finished it off there earlier, and I had to fill in some blanks for Chloe as well to kind of go. Well, this thing's not going to happen. But at least with TNA, whether the original idea was to do one thing and it morphed into something else, it was an alternate wrestling promotion that didn't seem like it was targeting a specific fan base, and they were trying to get everybody in. AEW, on the other hand, says we have our fan base, fuck everybody else, and if you don't get it, it's not our fault. But we also want to beat WWE, but you can't really do that with the booking they're doing. You could have put that Vegeta and whatever the fuck, whether I like Dragon Ball Z or not, right? That's beside the point. You could have built that up better. I'm not saying repeat the irresistible, the what's the line from WrestleMania 3?
Here's just before us versus the immovable object.
You don't have to repeat that because that's probably not going to work considering how big the lads are. Fine, but you could have done something else to build that up. But it just seems like two kids play wrestling in the back.
Have you seen anime fans?
That is kind of them.
I'm fucking aware.
Yeah.
I'm fucking aware, but it doesn't mean that it's fucking right. You want to be a viable option to the other side,
But
but you're
can I just
pigeonholing
state-
yourself in.
they're
Can
not.
I just say for the record, this is the most Jimmy Morris you've ever been since we stopped the RPG.
It is the most
Fucking kids these days with their fucking animes and their fucking Vegetas. Fucking
But
Goku,
this
this your
is-
culture.
Anime became the thing is as well. Anime became big when I was fucking like 5 or 6 over here, like really big with your Pokemons and your fucking Yu-Gi-Ohs as a way into.
That's
do
still
everything
very
else.
Jimmy Morris. Your Pokemons, your Yu-Gi-Ohs, your Zaids, your...
Definitely not.
What-
Definitely not anime. I'm going to show you Crunchyroll. You're going to have a great afternoon.
Oh my god,
Um,
that's tipping the surface there.
But
That's
this is.
totally
It's-
But I've.
It
I've
still just
seen
pisses
it.
me off. It still just pisses me off, and it'll almost piss me off with AEW. You have arguably arguably a better roster than WWE. Not a bigger one, but a better one with the talent as a whole in that company.
At this point, I would
And-
say bigger. They have 200 people under contract.
Yeah,
No, I mean in
that's
terms
fair.
of star power. I mean in terms of
Well,
star
fair
power.
enough.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I don't mean in like size, but a better roster there, right? In terms
Size
of
is
pure
important.
talent.
Hmm.
Not always. Depends how. Actually, this will go back to what I would say. It depends on how you use it,
Hey,
and they ain't using it well. They're just fucking slamming it for 15
But I
minutes and
can-
expecting everyone to like it.
But I've seen the light. I've
I agree.
actually fully seen the light. I see what flavor Monster Energy drink they're selling. I get it now. It's fucking anime, and you either get it or you don't. And now, for all the reasons you've just said, I agree. But I get it. The penny has dropped. The shoe has lifted. The fucking horse has drank. The cow has come home to roost. It's just that's it. They just want the schmoz. They just want the serious standoff, and they want it to be anime. What they really want, what I genuinely believe that AEW wants to be, is that one really cool shot of Will Ospreay in New Japan when he flipped off the fucking I think it was Kota Ibushi, and he flipped down, he landed, and he looked real fucking cool. They've been trying to do that, but they're just not good enough at it.
Yeah.
And they've been
But
trying to.
you can do that in the mid card, a la the X division, because that was goofy as fuck half the time, but it was still good. But their main event was serious. TNA's main event was serious more or less right up until about 2011, 2012.
But
They took it seriously.
This is them trying to be serious
by using a Dragon Ball Z reference
Dragon Ball.
in the year of our Lord 2026.
You do not have the. It's the one thing.
They're targeting late 30s nerds.
I fully
Yeah,
agree.
it's their niche.
I fully agree with you, but I have to fucking defend Dragon Ball Z. And I'm not even a super Dragon Ball Z fan.
I need to make this out. Not shit on Dragon Ball Z. If you like it, you like it. It's probably very good television.
But you're not.
Look, it's not for me. But you don't put that into your main event of your biggest show of the year to try and sell it.
But they will, because that's who they are. You are telling people that you don't understand what they're saying, but you don't speak Japanese. And you're blaming them for not. You're blaming them, going, well, this is stupid. I don't understand this. They should talk proper. It's different.
Yeah. See,
I don't agree with it.
I'm absolutely in between the two of you. Because one, I think it was a fucking stupid remark. I don't think it should have been used in the build, and I'm with Aaron on that. But Brian, I'm with you in that I think it's going to hit the people they intended it to hit.
That's who it is.
In their nostalgia fuzzies, and they're going to be like, "Oh, I like them. They're relatable."
And Aaron, I agree with you 100% in everything that you've said. I fully agree with you. You're right. You've actually never been more right in any conversation we've had. The problem is, and here's the and this isn't me trying to do a gotcha line. You are never gonna get it. And as much as you try, they're never going to love you. They're never going to love you. You just need to just go, you know what?
But
they're not.
My issue with this was the one fucking chance at competition.
Yes.
Network TV is not going to take any more shots. In our generation, there won't be another AEW. No. It's going to be 20 fucking years before someone gets another shot.
Yep.
And I hate the fact that they've taken it for this.
Yep.
It could have been actual competition. Tony clearly is going to sink as much money into it as he wants. He should have built his own streaming service from the start and released it as a niche thing. And then he could have vacuumed up all of the indie talent and killed the scene. But yeah, it didn't need to be this. It didn't need to be this.
So usually when we have these kind of WWE, AW conversations, we normally use TNA as a kind of a happy medium, because I found it as a bit of a happy medium watching it recently. But Jamie, Nick Nemeth is now the TNA World Champion. How's that going?
I'm sorry, who's the TNA World Champion?
Nick Nemeth, the former.
That's somehow worse than what happened in AEW.
It's worse than you think. I've been defending TNA on this podcast since it started. I have been actively wanting to be a fan of theirs since January. I go in cycles with TNA. I dip in, I watch until I can't take anymore, and then I dip out for a few months. And I don't think I'm coming back until October for Bound for Glory. The company has lost the fucking run of itself. Tommy Dreamer was not a good booker. No, I don't think he was the booker. I think Delirious was and is, and Tommy was somehow the head of creative. TNA TNA has had its problems, and now they have ramped up. One of the best programs they had in the last 6 months was Steve Macklin and Mike Santana.
Mm.
Both are gone from the company. They lost Steve Macklin weeks before Slammiversary, their second biggest show of the year, their anniversary show. And then they had Mike Santana drop the belt to Nick Nemeth, who, to be fair to him, was using the cash-in feast or fire, or the call your shot.
Call your shot, yeah.
No,
Sorry, you're right, yeah.
the call your shot. And fair enough, look, he called it in advance. He wanted the main event to the second biggest pay-per-view. And yeah, he won with help from his brother, and I'm not even opposed to it. He was probably the natural person to take it. But that was the last time we saw Mike Santana. He is now done. He's also left the company. They are shedding talent left, right, and center, and rumor has it it's so they can sell the company. It's a dark time. It is a dark, dark time for TNA.
And it's such a
Yeah,
shame
they-
because they were on such a decent run of it. Like they were putting out a
it was
good
so
product.
good.
They again, it's that kind of wasted potential aspect of it. But as you said, if there's a mitigating circumstance to it, which is obviously if they're selling up and they need to kind of asset strip to a certain degree, I feel like they could have chosen their battles a little bit better there and not
Now,
take out two main eventers.
the one thing I will say is losing their two biggest main eventers of the last year was and is crippling. The one thing I will give them is in the last couple of months, Fabian Aichner, formerly Giovanni Vinci, has debuted, and Uha Nation, formerly Apollo Crews, has debuted. And both of them have more momentum than I've ever seen either of them have.
It is good to see Uha Nation actually in a natural habitat because Apollo Crews just hit a ceiling very early on in WWE.
Yeah.
So it's nice to actually see him released from his prison, as it were.
But it seems like they have people to take the positions, and something could be done with it. We'll see what they do. It's hard to be a fan at the minute, though.
Yeah, and also for all the conversation we're having with people possibly using TNA as a springboard or a place of kind of work, let's say, it's kind of hard to make them viable if they are just constantly in flux and not sticking the landing with their.
It's not a springboard; they're walking the plank.
Yeah, I mean, like in some cases, it's grand if you're someone like Ricky Sosa who's on the first step of the ladder because you're cheap in a sense. Like you're not going to be charging the rates that like the likes of a Santana or a Macklin would have. But it's that issue in a sense where like, is there any actual virtue in hanging around long enough to be a top star in TNA, or you're better off just getting your stuff done and hoping that two of the other places notice you, or just do as much indie spots as you possibly can, because almost like tying yourself down to TNA might actually be a hindrance if they don't have a long-term plan.
No, on that front, I do want to argue for this case of Leon Slater, who I do think would be much better off sticking around in TNA.
Okay.
He's very clearly a main eventer there. Now, they took the X Division title off him before he could take the record. I thought that was so they could move him up. That doesn't seem to be the case. Maybe he is done with them already. But I think if he goes to AEW, Tony Khan will play with him for 3 weeks, and then within 2 months, he will be on Ring of Honor once in every 8 to 12 weeks.
Yeah.
And I think if he goes to WWE, he'll be like, oh, it's British Javon Evans. Enjoy NXT for 5 years.
Yeah, that's part of the problem is that there's a lot of similar to Slater people around now, so he would get lost in the shuffle a bit.
There was something. So I saw, I think Will Cruz, putting out. I went to a WWE tryout, and here I am now. And I just thought that phrase. I went to a WWE tryout, and the first thought I had is, fucking why? Why would you fucking bother? If you like wrestling, why would you go to WWE or AEW? There's actually no one making wrestling decent, solid fucking wrestling. Like it's
not making wrestling, no, but making good fucking money, yes.
Yeah, I mean that they're look, therein lies the mortgage payment. I get it, but
yes, exactly, yeah.
And like for all of
just
the like,
it out there. Like MLW are back doing Fusion on a Saturday night.
Yeah,
It's 1 hour a week and it's actual pro wrestling.
Yeah.
It's with the absolute rejects of the industry that no one else wants to work with.
And a few
It's
a
all
few of them.
it's all the
a few of them-
shitbags that even Tony Khan won't touch. But I mean, it's fine.
Well, it's
Yeah.
not only is it
hard to
the
pump back up again.
not only is it the rejects from WWE, the shitbags Tony Khan won't touch, and the fuckers who've priced themselves out of the indies. Kush, 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 kush. But it's something that you can just. It's not that difficult. I just want to watch good wrestling. That's all I want to watch. I don't want to watch WWE fucking drawing the last bit of blood from this fucking stone. I can't watch the heatless bangers in AEW, and it's like, where I'm a man without a tribe. I just want to watch wrestling and enjoy wrestling. As is evident why I've kind of nailed my colours to support local indies. Fuck the rest of them. I just can't
you find it where you can get it, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I'd rather fucking kiss someone I know than these fucking strangers.
I've chosen to delve into the past.
Regret.
Early 80s wrestling.
We're becoming. Oh no!
Jamie could look at all the new stars today in the adult industry scene, but he just keeps going back to Jenna Jameson because he feels like that's where it peaked.
For want of a much better expression, I think we're becoming wrestling conservatives.
on the next exciting episode of Tory Graps,
I had to time the fucking drinking of the water there.
Tory Graps, or as I like to call it, the rest is history. So, anyway, so with that being said, let's crack on then to our regularly scheduled intervals that I say now because we haven't done them in a fucking month. It's TopGraps. So, as I mentioned previously, we haven't done this in a while because we ran out of time on our previous normal podcast, and we were doing the World Cup last time, so we didn't have time for it. So, we've decided to catch up on ourselves because normally what we do here, we have our top 10 list of the most interesting or hottest wrestlers going from any parish, from anywhere, just whoever is the most interesting and is catching fire, and we updated one in and one out, but because we've been a while, we're going to do 3 this week and catch ourselves up in that regard.
Okay.
So
wonderful.
I will give you an update of the list as it was.
Cool.
So at number 10 was Liv Morgan. Number 9 was Gunther. Number 8 was Trick Williams. 7, Mike Santana, which I've gone by Jamie's conversation, definitely ages this list. 6, Finn Balor. 5, Jacob Fatu. 4, Roman Reigns. 3, Danhausen. 2, Obafemi, and number 1, El Grande Americano. So, I think it's fair, because we're doing a couple of changes, let's kind of put cards on the table and say, who do we want off the list? First off.
Well, Liv shouldn't be on the list. Santana shouldn't be on the list. Probably El Grande Americano because I don't know if he's done anything of note since the storyline. I haven't watched AAA. I haven't watched AAA enough. So I don't know, but if he has, he has.
He's doing the whole thing with Perros Del Mal. But also,
who's like the most interesting, even for recent stuff, because the return of the lone wolf, Trick Williams is like probably the most like, let's see what they're doing here, and obviously Danhausen.
I really like the furry title.
I do too.
I also just want to throw out there, El Grande filed suit, which means it is now a matter of legal record that the guy he beat up in the lift indeed threatened to call eyes.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Excellent.
So we're keeping him at number 1 for that alone, yeah.
So I think I'm happy to sign off and Mike Santana got off the list anyway, and same with Liv Morgan. I think I'd make a case for Finn Balor off this list as well because the buzz has well and truly died with him after the post WrestleMania kind of goodwill.
Wouldn't be hard to get a pack from him, to be fair, so I'm not really too worried about.
the jump to SmackDown made it look like there was going to be something for him. Now with Punk and Cody being the two clear stars, and even Sami being a level
Yeah,
above,
he's at least fifth on that pecking order.
yeah,
Listen,
I'm genuinely concerned he's going to end up with Priest, Ripley, and Truth as a
Oh no.
reformation.
the Wolf
Yeah.
Pack. We're getting the Wolf Pack, lads. We're getting the Wolf
Judgment,
Pack.
Genuinely
Judgment,
concerned.
the Judgment Day versus the Judgment J for Survivor Series War Games.
Christ. Oh, you,
Mm.
Jonathan, you've said that out loud. You know it's gonna.
I
fucking
did,
happen
didn't
now.
I? I fucking did.
It'd
And
be-
you know what?
it-
I'll fucking say it again.
Yeah, because he said it in a bad way. He also said that out of because you're not in the other group chat. I assume you don't watch the football one. At the start of the World Cup, Jonathan said that Turkey were the dark horses for him. They came bottom of their group. He
Correct.
then led up to the quarterfinals and said that either France or Morocco would win it from whoever won their quarterfinal match would win the World Cup. Both of them were gone.
Correct.
So yeah, so
It's
any
best
of
never
his,
taking
like,
anything I
predictions-
say. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, probably
So-
better off right now with the
Yeah.
moment. Anyways, probably better
Yeah,
off.
I'm on a bit of a cold streak at the minute. I'll be honest. So,
Yeah.
so names to go on the list. We can put forward a few. So, I think Sami Zayn is probably a solid candidate considering what's going on with him. Sure to say. Obviously, CM Punk being back kind of generates a bit of buzz as well. I'm not really feeling it with Cody at the moment. I think Cody is still a bit of a kind of a placeholder for an interesting wrestler at the minute. Chad Gable, I think, is one that perhaps deserves a bit of love from us as well,
Mhm.
and possibly so, and possibly
that
Sol
was-
Ruka as well.
That was the caveat was that it was the Grandes at number one. What was
Yes.
the little asterisk there? So if to fuck the entire system, if you're putting Chad on, then you would need to have a look at Grande Americano singular and make a judgment on that. Just because I want it and I want it to go well and I want it to be good, Lyra.
That has certainly intrigued me now, I have to say. I think that's something that's at least happening in the women's division, because I don't think Lyra and Io is. Anyway, how about yourself, Jamie? What have you got?
So, uncharacteristically, I'm actually going to give a shout out to AEW on this,
Yeah,
and I'm going to argue that Will Ospreay
I have.
may want to be on the list.
Yeah, that's fair. That
He
is a fair card.
keeps getting attention for the wrong reasons,
Yeah.
but
It
attention
would
is
that counts on
attention.
the list. It is, yeah. If he's interesting, yeah, absolutely.
He fell
Although I
into
would
into
also
a
very
bin.
much argue that both Punk and Sammy very much deserve it.
Yeah.
They've
Yeah.
both been world champion in the last month.
Bar all the shite that went on there and whatever, it was a great match.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, you have two lads who can actually wrestle, and they put on a great fucking match.
Mhm.
And
And I
because
have-
of
More importantly, we're clearly not done with it.
And I have
No.
hope.
no,
They gave again. Punk always gives me hope, and I'm not going to harp on about it. But don't listen to him talking to Stephanie McMahon. Holy fuck. Company man.
I watched bits of that. That's very much a corporate
Yeah.
one. Does that
But
make sense?
is it where he's going? Is
Yeah.
this
That's
the
the
start
that's
of
what
the
I'm.
heel turn?
That's what I'm
Is it
feeling.
a shoot?
Oh, it's all. Listen, if fucking Heyman and fucking Big Trips have anything to fucking do with it, the second there's a fucking camera on you or a phone on your hand, you're fucking working. It's the fucking new kayfabe.
It's the way it
is.
works, yeah.
It is. Right. So Liv is gone. Santana's gone. Finn fucking hurts me. That was a great interview with Chris Van Vliet. Lovely.
So
what a lovely
we still
handsome
be left with the likes of Gunter and Jacob Fatu still on the list, and I think Fatu would probably be number 10 in my book personally.
I'm not. He has something going
Hold
with
off.
him. He like that fucking squaring up with Solo. He looked menacing as fuck. Like he still has it. Romans.
I think it doesn't matter. I think where Fatu was on the card, no matter who he squares up with, it's like I still think he could kill me.
He has
He
it.
could be 60 years old.
I think
still
he's
got-
still gonna.
Yeah.
I still think he's gonna usurp the tribal chief thing eventually. I think they will come back to that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
we're right now in the he's getting the Usos on side
Yeah.
time of it.
Oh yeah, he's gonna do what Sammy didn't do, and he's gonna murder them all in cold blood. He's gonna red wedding them. It's gonna be glorious. But Gunther, yeah, meh, trick.
Okay, well, let's go with Gunter 10th then in that case.
Like he's not. Yeah, he's cool the fuck
I
off.
suppose
Like
at the same time, he's the reason Cody wasn't in the match. He's firmly in the mix with
He's around.
Cody, Punk,
Yeah.
Sammy.
Mm.
He
I
will
will
be
say-
involved in that.
this.
Yeah.
this list has more to it than we've been looking at in the last couple of weeks. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think it's a 10, but it's an elevated 10. It's 10 with a bullet. To use the old parlance. But yeah, it's a spicy 10.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Then yeah,
I think Jacob maybe at 9,
yeah.
perhaps. Like I said,
Yeah,
I think
I'm
because
alright with
he's in the multi-man match at SummerSlam, so he is probably going to win the match for that group as well. So I think he's still kind of humming away there. So I'm happy to sign off on Trick Williams going up the list anyway, because I think he is actually doing some stellar work with the US title there. So
yeah.
I think maybe we might put Will Ospreay at number 8 then. In that case.
Oh fuck! I forgot he was coming in.
Well, no, we didn't. Again, that was a suggestion, but Lyra Valkyria was a suggestion as well, and we had historically suggested Sol Ruka as well.
That's a fucking like it's Sammy Punk and Ospreay. We're
yeah,
like,
okay.
That's me just trying to be fucking nationalistic and fucking put one in for the girlos, but they've been done dirty as Aaron pointed out. They've
again, much like
stalled the car on the hard shoulder, lads. Like it's
again, it is only the start of the story of the whole story as well. In a sense, we've seen the heel turn, we know what's going on. We haven't seen how it plays out yet, so there's probably still more in the tank there in that sense.
What Ospreay, eh?
Ospreay 8th. So, so then 7th upwards is a bit fluid, with my view. So, do we have a notion of who we'd rather be top?
I think El Grande could probably take a dip down around these parts, just because.
I'm happy with Grande there.
Right, we're going
to
Grand Americano 7th.
He is actually he is still carrying the brand, but
yeah, it's not as hot. It is what it is.
But as I said, it's a transitional feud until we get to Triple Mania, where he has the match with Dom. So he will come again. And of course, Damien Priest down there as well now, which I think is very interesting.
Oh,
we'll see how that goes.
He'll do well down there now.
Mm-hmm.
He will. Yeah. Again, booking that suits the man. Holy shit.
You know what? Just because
to kind of bring it back from earlier as well, with TNA being fucked. If WWE buy them, which seems to be the way they're going, perfect spot to put all those lads that you can't really use properly on TV and just send them there for a couple of months. Because sending Damien Priest to AAA is really good for him because he gets to still work, and they do tend to cross over them a lot. So if he has a really good run there, it'll only help on the main roster. So if he did it with TNA,
if he gets a similar run to what Kaiser has had down there, like he might not even bother going back to WWE. He could just stay down there.
And to be fair, just on the subject of this, just because TNA is in such a state of flux, if WWE were to buy them, and it is a genuine pity the network isn't around to platform them, because that's something they've always been missing, and I think the WWE network would have been fucking perfect for them. But if they were to send the likes, for production reasons, if they were to send Abyss, Bobby Roode, AJ Styles, they have them all, send them, and it will become more TNA than it's been in years.
Yeah, ironically enough, there's more TNA heads in WWE than there are in TNA right now, which is so very, very ironic. Okay, so number 6 then.
I just want to be a spiteful little bitch because fuck the two of them. Seth Rollins and Roman. Put Roman there.
Let's put Roman Reigns. I agree with you on that one. I think Roman's humming away here. I think there's more to come with Reigns in that respect. So I think
Reigns has been coming off better than Seth in this, though.
Oh, without question.
He has, yeah.
Everything that they fucking represent. Fuck them. I can't. I'm just to be a spiteful bitch. I just don't want them in the top 5. Fuck them.
Well, I'll put it this. I'll put it this way. It is quintessential night 1 main event, but the night 2 main event is obviously where the sauce is. So I think that's where I think our kind of filling is. Brian, I'm going to bring it to you gently here. Where do you think Danhausen should be?
I am very happy to just put him in at 5, and I'm okay with that.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, and you didn't have to make me choose.
It's too warm to be silly. Look, it's too hot. I'm good for a few more bits and a few more goops and gaffs by the end of this recording, but I'm not going to waste it.
That's great. That's fair. Fair play.
I'm saving these belt slots.
So should we say CM Punk then for 4th, or are we thinking higher?
I'd say Trick a 4.
Yeah.
Oh, Trick a 4. Yeah. Okay.
The furry belt intrigues me, but it's not the biggest thing in the world of wrestling right now.
Yeah,
that's fair. So it's a take a pick down for the top 3. So we have Danhausen, Obafemi, and Sami Zayn left.
Sami,
Oba
and Punk.
1.
Yes, sorry.
I would put
think
Punk
Punk
1,
won.
Sami 2, over 3, because I know there was a bit of backlash to the fact he hasn't gone for the belt, but
Yes.
he used logic as a reason why he didn't go for the belt. And that pissed a lot of people off, apparently, that he used his fucking brain. Because he's right.
That's 'cause
Why
they
would I
want
go for the
angry.
WWE title when I know that Brock's going to fuck me over? Yes, you're right. You shouldn't do it. That's genius. Look at you. Look at them using their brains. Fucking brilliant. No, I still don't understand why he was fucking made King of the Ring in the first place because of it. But look, still, it's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm,
It's one of
I'm
those
happy
things where
with
you
it.
should ignore how the sausage is made and just go with the subject. Go with the face that are the service level there. So yeah, so I would potentially make a case for Sami Zayn being number 1 and Punk 2, and predominantly because what does Sami does next? What will Sami do next after losing the title in 9 days? Because I thought the angle you meant there about how it is now a thing that it was only 9 days long, I think is very much a kind of something from the Daniel Bryan playbook in that sense, where you wanted to generate that sense of injustice from having him being jobbed out of WrestleMania, for example. So using that sense of injustice for Sami is intriguing. It's brewing enough, well enough. We have to see what they do with it next. You know,
that
so I make a
promo-
case for him to be number 1.
I will base it on the oldest metric possible. Sami winning it was great and it was lovely. Seeing him with the title gave me the warm fuzzies. Seeing him cut that fucking hate-filled promo against Punk made me feel something. And it's been a while since I've felt something. So for that alone, I'd put Sami at number 1 because it was good. And even Sarah was like, well, that was fucking real. So
Jamie, what about yourself, Jamie?
See, I was leaning towards Punk because of the fact that he won the belt, but this period encapsulates Sami's entire title run. And frankly, he's the one that made this interesting. I think,
Fair.
like I said earlier, Cody was stale. I wasn't excited about the scene at all. Sami winning was a breath of fresh air. And like Brian pointed out, yeah, the transition from being so deliriously happy with the belt like a newborn, it was, those social media posts were brilliant. And then to go to that sheer intense rage, yeah. I'm actually excited for a bit of wrestling. Look what happens when things progress.
Look,
Yeah,
Sami with a goddamn haircut. Just tidy him up a little bit. Get him looking sleek, get him looking sharp, and like a fucking hitman. And he'll just murder fuckers.
I think this could very easily lead to the return of Kevin.
Yeah, I think that's where it's going.
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's like I
I'm
can just
happy for if it's even Kevin doing even light work in the ring, he's missed a little bit there
to
on
fuel
TV.
Sami, even to fuel him, be a manager to him and give him that.
Just have him be there.
Be his Palpatine to Sami's dad.
Yes. Oh, look, Owens is fucking great.
Feed the hate.
Just do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Right. Okay. So the new top graps list, as it stands in ascending order, is Gunther at number 10, Jacob Fatu at number 9, Will Ospreay, new entry, at number 8, El Grande Americano at 7, Roman Reigns at 6, Danhausen, very nice, very 5th, Trick Williams in 4th, and then bronze medal at the moment is Obafemi, and our 2 new entries, to CM Punk at number 2 and Sami Zayn number 1. So there you go. And I can assure you, it will not be another 6 weeks until we update this. We will update this on our next podcast, I promise. So, with that in mind, lads, let's do another bit of catch-up work, but this time in the Mirror WWE universe with some creative control.
Personality. I know your anger. I know your dreams. I've been everything you wanna be. Oh, I'm a cult of personality. Like Mussolini and Kennedy. New world order. The cult of personality, the cult of personality, the cult of personality.
Well, we have boys and girls, we have a lot of catching up to do because as it has turned out in my universe mode, summer really is for the pay-per-views because I shit you not, there are 7 pay-per-views in the Mirror Universe July. And
Jesus.
and I haven't even started. So let me catch you up on all the sundry stuff that's been happening in the Mirror Universe because I think the last time I left you was just before Slammiversary, which will be our first stop on our journey today. But I will tell you what's happened in between. So we've had a couple of title defenses and challenges. So on the Raw side, Nia Jax defended her women's championship against Naomi and Roxanne Perez. I know, a triple threat match in this economy. But Nia Jax actually retained the title on that one. We've set up the Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe feud that will happen at NXT's Great American Bash, the next other stop on our journey in the Mirror Universe. On SmackDown, Becky Lynch defended her US Women's United States Championship against Lyra Valkyria, and thus has marked the end of 2 belts Becky. Lyra Valkyria is a new US champion on SmackDown.
Bird lady supremacy.
Yes. And you might be thinking then, on the week after then, we had Keith Lee defending his US title against Sheamus. So you're thinking, are we going to get 2 Irish people as US champions on SmackDown? The answer is no, Keith Lee retained. But I think we can declare Keith Lee in a few years' time anyway, so it's fine.
If what I'm hearing is true, poor Keith Lee.
Yeah, exactly.
To quote the man himself.
Yes. On Raw, it's worth noting actually that Obafemi seems to be in a feud with The Vision, namely Bronson Reed and Austin Theory at the moment. You might remember that Obafemi is the current Mr. Money in the Bank, so that'll do him nicely. We've had Samoa Joe showing up both on NXT and Impact, namely having matches with Jeff Hardy and Solo Sikoa in quick succession. Yeah, and it looks like we're on for a Swerve Strickland and Brody King feud on Dynamite. Again, All In is there is one more pay-per-view before All In the Mirror Universe, so we'll get time for that. And that basically has us all caught up. So let's crack on then with our first pay-per-view prediction, which is TNA Slammiversary.
Cool.
So there is a bit of creative control involved here, because I know, Brian, you wanted a clusterfuck cage match for the X Division. And Samoa Joe now is on the roster, and we have a special appearance in the main event as requested by Jamie. So there's been a lot, and actually, Brian, you also wanted a women's tag team titles match as well. So this has all been a bit of a collaborative effort. So let's see how you go with this one. Starting off is the queen of the mountain match, which is Steph Delander defending her title against Tessa Blanchard, Tegan Knox, Cora Jade, and Rosemary. And as you know, the King of the Mountain match is not something that 2K25 can do quite well. So let's also pretend this is a standard ladder match with 5 people. But use your imaginations in that respect.
Yeah.
So who do you think won in the Queen of the Mountain match and walked out the Knockouts champion?
Fuck it, Tegan Knox.
You're going Tegan Knox. Interesting. Aaron, how about yourself?
Knox.
Ooh, okay, we have 2 votes for Knox. Jamie, how about yourself?
They have me disheartened, so I'm going to go with the worst possible outcome. Tessa Blanchard.
Oh God! Oh my God! I just forgot what's happening in real life. Oh my Jesus, Holy Mother of God! They're actually doing it.
Yeah, Aaron has got the rosary beads out in case you're not sure there.
The rosemary beads.
You also the wrong answer, Brian, because the correct answer was Steph Delander retaining her championship. Yeah, so he's all failed miserably, and you should try harder. So in what I would presume would to be a very TNA cinematic match, in a backstage brawl, Brian Cage versus Moose.
Brian Cage. I have a Brian bias.
We're gonna go with Brian Cage as well because
That'd be a
I don't
filthy match.
I don't want to accept Moose doing anything right. So.
Moose has been doing a lot of hardcore stuff. I'm going to go with Moose.
I like
We go with Moose, okay.
He's
All right,
he's
so we have
better
2
than he's very good.
other animals. So we have 2 votes for Brian Cage and 1 for Moose, and the correct answer in this occasion was Moose. So Jamie, you're off the mark, and the rest are found wanting. So next up then, a bit of tag team action. Actually, quite a few tag team matches on this. Actually, the Hardys versus the Coffees.
Hardys.
Hardys.
Come on.
Aaron's thinking about this one. Oh no,
Always
no.
Hardys. Always Hardys. And the way I thought about that too much. It's always the Hardys. It's the Hardys are class.
Well, I would say that you're going to be ruining your choices here, lads, but you're not. The Hardys beat the Coffees quite comfortably in this one. So,
look, they're good looking enough to survive the loss. So fair play to them. Lovely,
they'll recover.
delicious,
Yeah, it's fine.
delicious Angus beef.
Do you need a minute? Are you okay, or do you want us to?
I'm fine. I have a can of Iron Brew waiting for me. It's okay.
You're grand. Okay, fair. That's fair. Yeah, and hopefully some cold towels as well. Next up then, sticking with the tag team action for the women's tag team titles, the defending champions, of course, of Kalani Jordan and Kiana James versus the Inspiration. Kalani Jordan.
It's the match I picked, so I'm going with the fucking Australians. Thanks.
You're going for the Aussies, okay?
Same here. I'm going to go with the Australians as well.
And Jamie?
I'm going to Kalani and Kiana.
Well, you're going contra, and you are right to do so because Jordan and James have retained.
Bastards.
So,
excellent.
Yeah. So, Jamie, you're now in the lead by 2 for Slammiversary. So, next up then is, as Brian coined it, the Escape the Cage match for the X Division title. So, in the ring is Mustafa Ali, Leon Slater, Mike Santana, and Big E.
Big E.
God, I love Big E so much. I just want to hug him once.
So Aaron's gone for Big E anyway. Jamie, how about yourself?
It's between Slater and Ali.
Yeah, I'd say that's a tough call. And Ali's
Slater.
I'll just fucking Ali just to be filled. Let's fill it out.
Okay. So no one went for Mike Santana.
No,
and that was a right decision because he didn't win. And neither did Big E.
Oh no.
And neither did Leon Slater. Mustafa Ali retained the title. I have to say, it's fascinating.
So close.
He retained the title. I decided to do it in the Nordy accent just to throw you off your game. So he retained the title.
Bit of a D4 thing going on there you had.
No, that was my jaw just deciding to fail halfway through the word. That happens sometimes. So yes, so Brian, you are now on 2, Aaron on 1, and Jamie still on the 3 with 3 matches left.
Local plug, although they're doing it internationally. LJ Cleary versus Mustafa Ali. Num 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 num.
That is going to be. I do want to watch that match. In fairness, it's going to be very, very nice.
Yes.
So we have 3 matches left on Slammiversary. So up next is Samoa Joe's match. And seeing that he was on the card and he's essentially re-debuting TNA here in this world, I decided to roll back the years with a triple threat between himself, Christopher Daniels, and Frankie Kazarian. Have fun with this one.
Daniels.
Gotta be Joe.
So we have 1 vote for Daniels and 2 for Joe.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Okay. And the correct answer was the one that you didn't fucking pick. Frankie Kazarian picked up the win.
Very good professional wrestler.
In fact, he pinned Samoa Joe in order to win the match, which I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
Bear in mind that Samoa Joe is still the NXT champion in this universe, so he's pulling double duty here.
That's what I was thinking. I thought he was going to get it. Anyway.
They are.
Well done, Kaz.
Yeah.
And love CD as well. Love CD. Excellent format for listening to music.
Yes, he's very. There's a joke there I could say about how he got burned and all that bad, but that's a bit. Anyway, Fallen Angel. Anyway, so this penultimate match then is for the World Tag Team titles, and it is, of course, a system. Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers against the Rascals, namely Zachary Wentz and Wes Lee this time.
Come on, the Rascals! Fucking love them. They're great. Come on, the Rascals.
All right, we have a vote for Rascals. Aaron. You have Rascals? Jamie?
I believe in the system.
Excellent wordplay.
Well, in this instance, you probably shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Because the Rascals have won.
Woo!
Which
those dirty little stoners.
Yeah. They have. Unfortunately, there's no wellness policy in TNA, so they won this time. So, which means the two lads have caught up to Jamie. It is now 2-3-3 going into the main event, which is the King of the Mountain match.
Cool.
So, in the match is the defending champion Nick Nemeth taking on Cesaro, or Claudio Castagnoli if you prefer, Baron Corbin, Eric Young, and the returning AJ Styles.
I mean, it really should be AJ. Fuck it, AJ.
Okay, so Brian's going for AJ. You're going for AJ as well. Jamie, how about
I
yourself?
put him here. I have
Could
to.
it not? How could it not be?
I mean, I part of me wants to say Nemeth is going to like sneak the retain, but no, I put him here. AJ Styles.
Right, just cause mathematically speaking, then that means you win. Yeah.
No, it'll be a draw between you and Jamie.
Right. Yeah. Go on. That works for me.
Okay.
Statistics.
So, first of all, you all went for AJ Styles, and you were all wrong.
Ah,
You mentioned Nick Nemeth, also didn't win the match.
Cool.
okay,
Cesaro didn't win the match,
Oh, I'm surprised by that.
good.
and neither did
Eric
Eric
Young?
Young.
Ah,
Fuck off, the lone wolf.
Baron Corbin is your new
Yay.
TNA World Champion.
I like the way that sounds.
So to bring it back again to earlier, that's something that might happen in the future. If WWE buy TNA, that's a very high possibility.
He's a very, very
he
decent.
just
wrestler.
returned on SmackDown. Well, I
Yeah.
suppose he could end
Yeah,
up
that's
off
what I
of
mean. Like,
SmackDown
yeah,
again.
because about 6
Because he
months
won't be
time,
winning the World
he's
Title on SmackDown.
Nope.
No,
That's for sure.
probably winning the world title fucking anyway. But he could do it in TNA for a bit.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, eventually when TNA relocate to France, that'll be what happens.
Total non-stop action.
Actually, exactly. So yes, we have a draw between Brian and Jamie on Slammiversary. We'll come back to that at the end because we normally have a bit of a fixer for that one. So next up then is NXT Great American Bash. So Aaron, you of course are the GM here. So let's see how your fucking top-heavy roster does with this. So next, starting off is for the NXT Women's Championship, a rematch from the last pay-per-view. Trish Stratus defending against Bayley.
Bailey.
Trish. I'm just going with the logic of the game here. Trish is the legend. Game dictates that the legend should win.
Bayley.
I think it's the same logic I used the last time as well that came out on top, so I'm probably going to go with that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Bailey.
More
Thematically, it
two
makes
vote-
more. I agree with Aaron on the mechanics of the game, but damn it, I want Bailey to win.
Yeah. You're thinking kayfabe, and I appreciate it.
But let's be honest. Don't they all have lovely bums?
They do, and I'm not sure who wins that match. I'll be honest, but I can
Brian
tell you
is
that
cancelled.
Bayley won the NXT Women's
Yay.
Championship. So
Wonderful.
Don't worry, I'm going to objectify. I've just objectified the coffees as well. I called them beautiful.
That's true. Yeah,
delicious
you
Angus
have it.
beef.
Yeah.
I'm an equal opportunity pervert. I'll objectify some more men just to even it out.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
For every one
so-
woman you objectify, you have to objectify 5 men to balance it out. That's the rule.
And
That's the
now
formula.
I have created a checklist. 5 men it is.
It's almost like a very wholesome difference to a gender imbalance. But there you go. That's a
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
To be
will.
fair, I just said that's the rule, that's the goal. Now I got a pop off Chloe, so that joke worked for me
that's
anyway.
What are we doing here? What's going on?
What's going on?
So next up then, so Brian and Jamie are off the mark. Next up then is a submission match between Ricky Saints and Switchblade Jay White.
Jay White.
That's a tasty match.
Yeah,
In general, that's tasty. That was great.
Jay White, but I think Ricky Starks would be a better kisser, and that's one tick for me.
I'm gonna go Saints.
Okay, so we have White, we have Saints. Aaron, how about you?
White.
Jay White. Okay then. So
White is right. Just remember that.
well, White
And Aaron,
in this.
You now need
in
to abuse
this-
5 other races.
Yeah. Well,
Get it up.
Well,
Unfortunately-
I did say something bad about Moose earlier, so but I don't know if that really counts.
No, you can
Does
be
that count?
objective at the fact that he's an absolute fucking door of a human being.
Well, not to say that Aaron was correct in what he said, but Jay
Jamie's
White did
gone.
win this match.
Just popped
So
up in my
Yay. That's me too. That's me too. Careful now.
So Brian is leading 2-1-1. Next up then is a bit of tag team action between Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu versus Penta and Ray Phoenix.
Oh man.
Jesus.
Oh,
Fuck
watched
it.
that.
I wasn't joking when I said this
Lucha
fucker
Bros.
made a top heavy roster.
Lucha Bros. Let's go. That'd be a terrible
Brain
match.
says Lucha Bros. Stomach says the Samoans.
Yeah, no, you're right there.
Um,
And
I
here's a
actually
problem.
agree.
Here's a problem. I wouldn't ride any of them. Not
So
a fan.
who we have for Lucha Bros? So Brian, you're going for Lucha Bros.
I'll go for the Samoans.
You're going for your Solo and Fatu, and Jamie, you're inclined for Solo and Fatu as well, I believe.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Simone's. I owe it to Jacob after I slandered his good name.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, you went down with the ship there because the correct answer was the Lucha Bros. In fact, pinning Solo Sikoa in the process. So there you go. So Brian,
I
you're
got
now
on my
in the lead with
lookout.
two.
I got on my lookout the football podcast when I picked like 9 players out of the
Yeah.
Belgian team.
You did, yeah.
No,
That's
that's
it.
what- yeah.
You blew your load there, yeah. So with that being said, time for some mid-card action. Yes,
Ooh.
shocking enough, there is one. For the North American title,
Beautiful.
Jay Lethal defending his title against Ethan Page.
Ethan Page.
Ethan Page, just because I think he's in the game already. So,
Hmm.
yeah, again, logic is gonna.
Wrestling's
Fuck me,
greatest
yeah, but-
faction, the Pages.
I'll go with all ego. Yeah.
That's
So
solid.
we have all votes for All Ego, and All Ego was the right answer. Ethan Page is the new North American champion.
He is so fucking but he is just an all-rounder. He's so good. I'm so sad that he's in WWE.
I mean, he's what MJF wants to be when he grows up.
This is very true. So next up then is for the this is actually a bit of creative control as well, because this is a losers leave NXT match between the family, as in Tony D'Angelo and Stax Lorenzo, and the Usos.
Huh.
I believe this is Aaron's request, actually, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, let's go with the Usos.
Yeah.
No, sorry, because my request was.
So whoever's losing the match is leaving NXT, not getting promoted.
Then yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Usos.
Right.
Their day one is so Usos, which just makes me miss the fashion police.
Mm.
Those absolute fucking sexy bastards. There's another one. 3 more.
Trying to balance out there, yeah.
Scoreboard.
He has a list there. That's the best part. Is that he has a
Oh,
list.
I'm on a fucking list.
Fair play.
And,
Yeah.
he's, and he's checking it twice.
He is. So yeah, for libel. So
Yeah, I'll
So,
go with the Usos as well.
I'll go on Usos, and it also is the correct answer. The Usos win, and that means the family are out of NXT. So there you go. So next up then is another tag team match for the tag team titles this time. British Strong Style versus the Wyatt Six, namely Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy.
I give it to the
White
White.
6.
Okay, we have 2 votes for Wyatt's. Jamie or Brian, how about yourself?
Strong Style, Their Love is Blindness. It was me and Sarah's entrance music when we were first announced as husband and wife.
And as much as that is a lovely story, unfortunately, that is the wrong answer today because the Wyatt Six actually won this match.
I'm going to tell Sarah you said that. She's going to kick the shit out of you.
That's fine. She won't hear this. So next up then is the main event. So Brian, you are leading by 1 going into the main event, which is for the NXT World Championship under Extreme Rules. Samoa Joe defending against Roman Reigns.
Bollocks. It's going to be
Reigns.
fucking Reigns. Fuck it.
Isn't he rated like 99 in that game?
Yeah, Reigns. Fuck. I'm not
Samoa
happy
Joe's
about it.
created though. He could be Annie.
Yeah, it won't be.
Yeah, no, fuck it. Joe couldn't even beat fucking Kaz.
That's what I'm looking at. Yeah.
Okay,
Give it to
so
Roman.
we have three votes for Roman, and is this Roman's coronation to NXT champion? The answer is no.
Wow.
Samoa Joe tapped out Roman Reigns.
Jonathan, can you say that again, please?
I can say it even sexier.
Please.
Samoa Joe tapped out Roman Reigns.
Yes, he fucking did.
Yes, he did. So that means, Brian, you get a point of creative control as well.
Woo!
Okay. Next up then is the Queen and King of the Ring. So we're going to do this as a double dose of creative control. So basically, we're going to combine the scores for both tournaments, and you get 2 points then of creative control then as well.
Fair.
So
Yep.
we'll start off with the Queen of the Ring. Here are your quarterfinals: Rhea Ripley versus Naomi.
Rhea Ripley.
Ripley.
And yes, all the correct answer. These are all off the mark on that one. So Naomi, unfortunately, does not pick up the win there. Next up then is Chelsea Green with Piper Niven in her corner against Roxanne Perez with Raquel Rodriguez in her corner.
Wow, that'd be great.
Roxanne.
Yeah, Roxy.
Chelsea.
Okay, so we have one more for Chelsea and two for Roxanne, and the correct answer was the Judgment Day.
Yeah, good call.
So
That'd be
Roxanne
fucking
Perez.
funny. That's a great fucking combination, though. That'd
Indeed.
be really fun.
Next up then is Bianca Belair versus Alex Windsor.
Belair.
Belair. Yeah. Fresh Princess.
Right, so we're all going for Belair on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And these are all correct. Alex Windsor eliminated on the first hurdle. So we're still, Aaron and Jamie still leading on this one. Next up then, Sol Ruka versus Charlotte Flair.
Ruka.
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
And Charlotte was the correct answer.
Yeah. Yeah. Solid.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as things stand going into the semi-finals of the Queen of the Ring, Aaron and Jamie are tied at 4 with Brian on 2. So next up then is the semi-final between Rhea Ripley versus Roxanne Perez.
Fucking Rhea
Ripley.
Ripley. Has to be.
Yeah.
And these are all correct. This is a bit of an easy one, that one, yeah. So we are 5-3-5 here. Next semi-final then is Bianca versus
Ooh.
Charlotte.
Bianca.
Ooh.
Bianca. No, Charlotte. My brain there just went with the right answer, but I'm gonna go with the answer in terms of fucking go with Charlotte.
I think it is Charlotte, but I want to go with Bianca. I really want Bianca Ripley in the main event.
So you want to split the room with Aaron essentially. So okay, so
Yeah.
you have 2 votes for Bianca and 1 for Charlotte, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Okay, and in fact the correct answer was Bianca Belair.
Ooh.
Excellent.
So Jamie, you are now officially in the lead.
Ooh.
Going into the main event, let's see if we can go for a clean sweep. In the final, Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair.
God.
I mean,
Yeah.
Rhea seems like the most obvious option here.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
I'm
the right main event.
I'm out anyway, but Bianca.
Now, bear in mind, we're keeping the scoreline for the King of the Ring as well. So this is only round 1. So
Okay.
the points are rolling over here. So
Well, I'll go
Ripley.
with Bianca. Just
okay, we have one apiece. We have Rhea and we have Bianca. Aaron,
Rhea's the answer.
Rhea. I said Rhea. Maybe
you said Rhea. All right then. So you have 2 votes for it, and the Queen of the Ring, and as elected, will face their champion at SummerSlam, because I'm going to keep that rule from the real world, is Bianca Belair.
Fantastic.
So Bianca Belair will take on Nia Jax at SummerSlam for the Women's Championship, which is a replay from WrestleMania. So there you go.
Mhm.
So let's keep this. So the scorelines after Queen of the Ring is Aaron on 5, Brian on 5, and Jamie on 6.
Ooh.
Okay.
So let's crack on then with the King of the Ring.
Now
Have you
that we're
thought these-
finished, with the women, let's bring on the men.
Oh well.
Brian has a few more to hit.
Well, have fun with this one, lads, because your opening contest is CM Punk versus John Cena.
Jesus.
Cena.
Cena.
Punk.
Okay, so you have 2 votes for Cena and 1 for Punk, and the correct answer was CM Punk.
Who do you think would be more fun to lick something off? Punk or Cena? I think Cena would catch the gravy more in his muscles, but I just feel like Punk would be into it more.
It's hard to say. I think Cena's weirder than he looks. I think he actually might suggest other things than gravy.
Yeah.
I was replying back to a text message from my mate there. I knew what he was going for, but I didn't think it was going to be that vivid.
He did warn you he was going to be objectifying things, so that should have been expected. Really.
By my scoreboard, I've 1 more to go, but I'm going to really ham it up here now.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, so Jamie is now leading by 2. Next match then is Bobby Lashley versus Chris Jericho.
Oh my god! I'm playing my own game here. It's the fucking Freddo Bar versus the Milky Bar Kid. Okay. I'll go for the Freddo Bar.
Race war.
Surely Chris Jericho is a caramel at this stage.
He's a fucking
caramel
wordless
can
original.
sometimes be nice if you're in the mood.
He's a
Jericho
wordless
hasn't been a
original.
caramel since about 2010.
Jericho is
Like
those
2020.
really the really big Rolos because it's like a hockey puck.
Oh yeah.
Overbearing, overstayed its welcome.
Yes, Nestle.
Bobby Lashley.
Yeah. Right. So you remember what? Eventually we got there. Bobby Lashley. Aaron, your pick.
Who was the other one? Bobby Lashley and who? Sorry,
Jericho.
Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley. We have a vote all for Lashley, and you are all correct. Lashley
thank
through
God.
to the semi-finals.
Thank God.
Next up then, a Judgment Day derby.
Cool.
Finn Balor versus Edge.
Oh well, I tell you,
Balor.
I wouldn't
Balor.
be edging. I wouldn't be edging to Edge anyway. Yeah, Balor.
That was too easy. That
Yeah,
shouldn't
no.
count.
Yeah, that wasn't the big finish we were looking for.
No.
Although,
So,
if Jericho won the last match, it would have been Punk Jericho in 2026.
Christ.
That would have been.
So you all went for Balor, and you'll be shocked to hear the correct answer was Edge.
Wow. On
Edge
this
through to
day,
the semi-finals.
Edge doesn't do jobs.
on this day, I don't see clearly because I've come in my eye. Here.
I mean, it just impressed your aim, to be honest with you. That's right. I presume you used the mirror. So, next up then is Kevin Owens versus Drew
fucking
McIntyre.
Ricochet off on the side.
Ooh, spicy.
Oh. Now,
That'd
talk
be
about
good.
sex appeal.
McIntyre.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we vote for Drew.
Who I'd like to be physically intimate with personally, Drew McIntyre. Who I want to win this match, Kevin Owens.
They're getting Edge.
Sorry, just to
Do want
interject
to
here,
see Kevin
because
and Edge.
we were on. Sorry for this. We're just on about Jericho overstaying his welcome. Who let him bring back the Painmaker gimmick?
I think he
Who
has
let him do it in the first place? It started as a fucking midlife crisis, and that was 7-8 years ago.
It's still a crisis even now.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. So Jamie, am I right in saying that I heard you say you wanted Kevin Owens in the next round?
I'd like Kevin Owens against Edge if we have to have Edge, but I'd say Drew would.
Okay.
KO.
So with that in mind, the correct answer was in fact Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
So that's points to Jamie and Aaron on that one.
Do you think he
So-
has to have an extra long kilt because his Mickey's so big?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I think you have to get it to scale. I think. Yeah, the Claymore is actually to scale.
Angela was only ever for purposes.
Yeah, yeah. Stop him rolling out of bed. So,
Sure,
update of the scores going into the semi-finals. Aaron is on 7, Brian is on 6, and Jamie is on 9.
I'm playing my own game here.
Yeah.
This is
next
Dom
then-
Mysterio all over again.
So the first semi-final is CM Punk versus Bobby Lashley.
Punk.
I want him
Okay,
in
answer
an
for Punk.
actual cage to see Bobby Lashley fucking murder him. Surprisingly, I think CM Punk uses cinnamon chewing gum, which is one of my favorite flavors, which means he'd be very good at kissing.
Is that what the CM stands for? Is it?
Yeah, cinnamon munch punk. Um, Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley. Okay.
Oh God, CM Punk.
CM Punk. Okay. The correct answer by countout,
Oh
Bobby
God,
Lashley.
Yeah.
that's a disappointment.
Jesus.
Bobby
Oh.
Lashley won this match and is through to the final.
So happy. That's great.
And in the other semi-final, we've got the Rated R superstar Edge versus Drew McIntyre.
Oh, fuck. It's going to be Edge, isn't it? Bollocks.
Oh,
It's going to be Edge. Edge.
The
Yeah.
obvious final there was Punk and Drew as well. Fuck's sake.
Oh, yeah.
Mirror Universe, don't
Edge.
forget. They might be mates. We don't know.
They might share a bracelet.
Mm.
If I actually won any of these, so I do make a tag team champion. But look, we can't do that now.
Yeah,
Drew.
yeah.
I want it to be Drew.
I know.
It's going to be Edge, but I want it to be Drew.
No,
Right,
it's
so
going
Jamie's going for
with
Drew, and Brian's going for Edge. How about you, Aaron? What's your pick?
Drew.
Drew. Okay then. And the correct answer, and going to face Bobby Lashley in the final, is Drew McIntyre.
Thank the various
Hey.
forms of every fucking god and pantheon.
So remarkably enough, that also means that Jamie has already won this round of creative control.
Yay.
So
Hey.
because you're 2 points ahead of Aaron. But for the final, Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre.
Wow.
Both Raw superstars, so the winner of this will be facing Gunther at SummerSlam.
Oh,
Deadly.
fuck. Meaty. The spirit of Big E lives on. Big meaty men slapping meat.
Now, I do say presumably Gunther, but there is a pay-per-view in between, so that's
Just for that connotation alone, Jamie's won, it's fine. But I would like to see Bobby do it, because him versus Gunther, fucking great.
I'm
he
going
has
to
been
go
feuding
for.
with the Hurt Business, to be fair.
I'm going to go with Drew for the exact same reason. Even if
I'm
it
pretty
doesn't
loyal
matter.
to them in this mirror universe.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And Aaron, you're the deciding call. What would you? What do you want in this world?
Doesn't even matter anymore. Just go with Drew.
Yeah.
Honey,
You want to go with Drew?
watch. Bobby Lashley wins by a count out or some bullshit.
No, actually, Drew McIntyre is the king of the ring.
Woo!
Good.
Oh,
King
Good.
Drew.
As it
Wow.
should be.
King McIntyre. So Drew McIntyre versus Gunther for SummerSlam in the Mirror Universe. And that, of course, means that, Jamie, you get 2 picks of creative control from this. So we'll go back to Slammiversary. So we had a split decision on that one between yourself and Brian. So what we're doing in future, and I think it worked out quite well, is that both of you pick a wrestler on the roster, and we make that a feud for the next TNA pay-per-view, which will be Victory Road, in case you're
Cool.
curious.
Excellent.
You'll
Would
have
you
to-
like to set the tempo, sir?
You'll have to remind me of the roster.
Let's see. So we've if I was going by are you inclined to go male or female for your feud?
Male.
Okay, so you would have had Baron Corbin is your current King of the Mountain, your current champion. AJ Styles is in. I can tell you that Jeff Hardy has turned heel recently on TNA. We've got Moose, we've got Cesaro, we've got Nemeth, we've got Daniels, Kazarian. Technically, Joe's available. If you're going to the X Division, you've got Ali, Slater, Mike Santana. There's a couple of others there floating around as well that didn't get booked recently. Brian Cage, you have the Coffees.
A name has jumped to mind, Cesaro.
Cesaro, right.
Big
So
Swiss.
your pick is Cesaro, yeah?
Let's go Big Swiss.
And Jamie, who do you want to pair up against Cesaro?
That's like saying I would like chocolate and easy pairing. Whoever the fuck you like, it's gonna be a banger.
Against him. Who's the current X Division champion?
Mustafa Ali.
Is there an international champion?
No, not presently.
Okay.
Now, that's not to say we can't have one. I could certainly program an international champion into TNA.
Ooh.
Like I said, new titles and new divisions are always an option in the Mirror Universe. You can do whatever the fuck we want. This is our sandbox.
Okay.
Workhorse title.
Um, fuck, who'd put in it then?
Given that you've kind of kicked us around in terms of creative control, give your person their title going in for making a title.
I know it could be the match for the inaugural.
For the inaugural, yeah.
Yeah. Um, fuck. Sorrow and can I just get a quick rundown of the roster again there?
Yeah, sure. So you've got the likes of Styles, you got Young, Nemeth, Corbin's currently champion, obviously. Daniels, Kazarian, Slater, Big E, Santana, Mustafa Ali's the X Division champion. You got the Hardys, you got the Coffees, you got the System, you got the Rascals, Brian Cage, you got Moose, um, and you got another big guy in the mix there that I can't remember off the top of my head. Let me just check the roster again fully there. You've also got like there is other tag teams available, I'm sure, but I see this is kind of turning to a singles feud, so no point really
Fair.
mentioning them in a sense. Let's see what
Santana.
Santana, right? So Cesaro Santana for the inaugural International Championship.
That'd be good. They get the other aspect of each other out of each other. It'd be nice.
And that's going to be at Victory Road, well and truly later on from this point in time. So, so we might be waiting a little while for that, but the feud will be brewing nonetheless as that rolls along. Brian, you picked up a point for the Great American Bash. So, what bit of creative control do you want in this universe?
Okay. Is Danhausen in this?
Danhausen's on AEW.
Balls. Well,
But using your creative control, he doesn't have to be.
yes.
Exactly.
Make it so.
Okay, where you want to go?
Just because they seemed a bit light, whack him into TNA.
Wow. Okay, Danhausen to TNA.
It just, and I can imagine the spooky bullshit between him and the Hardys, and yeah, good clean fun all around.
That's a pretty decent feud for him, actually. Yeah, ideal. All right then. So Danhausen moves to TNA, and hilarity to follow. So next up, then, Jamie, you have 2 picks of creative control from your
Ooh.
Queen and King of the Ring exploits and SummerSlam around the corner. So your world's your oyster here. You can pick whatever you want on this one.
Who are the world champions?
At the moment on SmackDown, it's Randy Orton, and on Raw, it's Gunther.
And Gunther now has Drew.
Yes.
That'll be fucking great. I'm not touching that.
Yeah, and we have Clash of the Castle on the way as well, and I'm going to get Aaron to pick where Clash of the Castle comes from. Just a
Ooh,
bit of spice, because it is a European pay-per-view, so it's only fair.
fair.
Yeah.
What did I say? Where was my name brought up?
I felt sorry for you for not getting anything out of creative control. So you're going to tell me where Clash of the Castle is in this universe. In this universe.
Oh, Dublin.
Yeah. Go for Ireland? Yeah. Fair.
Clash Dublin Castle.
I know why he even
Imagine.
fucking asked. Of course it was going to be fucking
Imagine
Dublin.
a double. Oh, that'd be good. Ground
Is
zero.
Finn Balor on?
Finn Balor's on Raw, and he's still in the Judgment Day.
Fuck. Okay.
You can.
Sheamus.
Sheamus is on SmackDown.
Well, he was. Kind of.
In our universe, he's still there.
See, I kind of want to do Sheamus and Randy in Dublin, but that doesn't feel right. That feels like a fucking SmackDown match.
Yeah, but the heat of the crowd would be glorious, though.
Yeah.
You don't have to. Pick an English
Yeah.
wrestler. Piss everyone off.
Am I right in saying the Hurt Business is on Raw?
It is, yeah. So MVP. Well, the current Hurt Business is MVP, Omos, and Bobby Lashley.
And along with Judgment Day, what other stables are on Raw? Or is that it?
Ooh, that,
Just the two?
I think. Well, now that all the Samoans have packed up and gone to NXT, I Well, we do technically have the Vision, but it's more of a tag team between Austin Theory and Bronson Reed. It's kind of a half attempt at it because I don't. Yeah, I think it would technically be a faction because Logan Paul is still in it.
Could you make a faction?
You could make a faction. That is very, very, very possible. There is any constellation. There's absolutely no factions on SmackDown.
Okay, if it takes both of my picks, I want to send the entirety of Judgment Day to SmackDown for Finn Balor to earn a title shot at Clash in the Castle against Randy Orton at SummerSlam.
Nice.
Judgment Day on SmackDown. To SmackDown, I should say. So this will be Balor. So this will be everyone, actually. This will be Balor, Mysterio, JD, Morgan, and Roxanne and Raquel. So this will be 6 people going to SmackDown.
Jesus.
Now, again, if you
Okay.
want to do a split, you can do that. You can split the load if you wanted. It's entirely up to yourself.
It's like a reversed famine ship.
Because I'd have to do. I will probably move 6 people over to Raw then to balance out.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Okay, all right then. So Judgment Day SmackDown, and then you want Orton versus Balor for SummerSlam, not Clash in Dublin. Yes.
No, give Finn a big match in Dublin to earn the #1 contender.
Oh,
I know
it's very clever. Very clever booking.
I know exactly where to go with that, my friend. So perfect. Yes, and I will work out the fine print then on the SmackDown side later. But yeah, there we go. So Judgment Day going to SmackDown. Orton, Balor, and Gunter Drew is our main events for SummerSlam, which we will get to very soon. But we have a lot of other pay-per-views to get to before then. So have fun with that. Yeah. So yeah, we're nearly wrapped up our pod for tonight, lads. But we are going to leave it here because he did mention Sheamus, and it would be remiss of us as an Irish podcast if he didn't mention his departure from WWE. There will be other podcasts that have touched on this material more. I don't think he is, to be honest. I really, really doubt it. But look, let's leave a few notes from anyway, and obviously we can talk further into a more retrospective when we know what his actual plans are, whether he is retiring or this is just the next step on his on whatever he does in either wrestling or elsewhere. But I suppose that let's bring ourselves back to the Irish Whip wrestling days, where this pasty fucker with his rap team music and his IT job managed to make goods and get to FCW with a pretty fucking good gimmick and a pretty good look. And genuinely, I think his legacy in WWE is set from his first match in ECW when he did the Irish Curse backbreaker and genuinely made the entire crowd go, ah!
Yeah.
That was, they were all so
Irish.
And spoke the Irish, yeah.
When he came out and just gave the big Connor's a tattoo
in the thickest Cabra accent that is not designed for Irish. It is not it. That is a colonized fucking accent, and I speak as someone who has a colonized accent as well.
From very much from within the pale.
Very much so, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he could he very easily could have died of death in that company very quickly, and we would not be talking about Sheamus right now. But my God, did he pick a good gym buddy? And he was just like,
no,
you
can't put it down to that.
I'm not putting it down. I'm putting it down to it for the start. Eventually, everyone saw how good he was.
Everyone's been his gym buddy, but no one stayed like he has.
I'll bring a football term into this, right? He's like Chelsea in 2003.
Right.
Did they deserve to get all that fucking silverware? No, but they had a lot of money. 20 years later, no one's questioning if they win stuff. And when they don't win stuff, it's kind of odd. That's Sheamus. Because he had the rocket strapped to him at the start, but 6 or 7 years down the line, no one questioned anything he did. Because he was good. He was winning titles all over the place. And maybe in the last couple of years, he probably could have won more. But that's what bad management gets you. Much like Chelsea.
Now, see, I'd argue with that because...
That's a very good analogy there, and I feel like
it is actually.
I was actually listening to what you were saying there, and I was trying to thinking like, it was the point you were trying to make there was kind of Sheamus's kind of success kind of artificially inflated by what he did. And I think I partly don't want to say no, but I think to use your analogy more, I think he was more of a kind of a right place, right time situation as opposed to who he knew. Because
Well,
ultimately he
well,
came
to
in
be
era.
fair,
Mm.
that's the same with Chelsea. That free kick doesn't go in against Liverpool. They buy Spurs instead. Sorry, Abramovich buys Spurs instead. But instead he bought Chelsea.
Yeah, accept it. But I'm thinking more the case where like there's a team comes around at the right time and just wins at the right time in a sense. So like if you're using a football analogy, I would think more so is it's more like a Bayer Leverkusen or Atletico Madrid situation where just the right people with the right skill set take advantage of a situation where there is no real right answer. So at the time when Sheamus was coming in, this was the height of the Cena Orton inertia, where nobody was getting over. No one was doing well. The product was in a really bad state, and it was at the time when they were still quite dependent on TV ratings. So the stuff that we were given about at the start of the show about doing surprise title changes and shock value to try and garner back a bit of traction is what they needed to do every now and then just to get people to watch. This is where the Money in the Bank came in from. But Sheamus winning the title off Cena was a genuine shock. And it was not down to the fact that, like, say, like Sheamus was like a revolutionary talent like Obafemi was, for instance. He was the right person at the right time, and he was different enough to carve himself out a fantastic niche in WWE. And I think a lot of people have made the point better than I would say it now. But Sheamus is someone who got better over time and I don't think really got the appreciation for it. Because I think there was a perception of him at the time where he was a little bit of a corporate guy, or like he was again a bit of a lucky bastard in that respect. I don't think that's a fair reflection on his work.
No, it's not. But that's just kind of the same with Chelsea. It's not a fair reflection on their work because they were the best Premier League side at that point. The Premier League was their first Premier League is Sheamus's first WWE title win.
Okay,
and then
I understand that.
Sheamus's
Okay, so my first ever live wrestling show was main evented by Red Vinny and Alex Shane against Raven and Sheamus O'Shaughnessy. Everyone was at this IWW show just to see Raven. And out comes this big pasty ginger lad with the side part.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, who the fuck is he? Let's go, Raven. And Raven, to his credit, was in the ring going, no, not me. SOS. And I said, no, fuck you, let's go, Raven. But, and he seemed vaguely unremarkable somehow at the time. And what he became in the short few years, he leaned in a big fucking way. He was always a big lad. But by the time he showed up in ECW, he was already... I suppose over here it was easier to take him for granted because he was a big pasty ginger lad. It was like, yeah, I know a couple of you.
Yeah.
In the WWE landscape, he was wholly unique. No one looked like him. He'd put the work in. He was shredded. And all of the ECW thing, as far as I know, he still wasn't workout buddies with Triple H. So that was all him. When he made the jump to Raw, he was doing the bully gimmick with Jamie Noble. Yeah. And he was just bullying littler people, and that's pure Vince. Vince loves big lads, and Vince considers himself Irish, so I'm sure there was something to that.
I do have something funny to mention after this before I
fair,
fuck off.
But then came the title win against Cena, which even at the time they kind of played it off as almost was that a botch?
Yeah.
Because it was a tables match and he pushed him from the top rope through a table and Cena sat there going, what? And it was a really short title at that point. Yeah. And but he still didn't. He didn't need a pin. He didn't submit. He got pushed off through a table in a way that nearly made it look like an accident. And Sheamus only held the title for a little while. Like, he lost that back real quick.
Did he? No, he held it until the Elimination Chamber. No way. What was wrong then?
Did he? I thought he lost it back before the Rumble.
I think he lost it before the Rumble, yeah.
I think it was like a Raw rematch. It wasn't far off Sami's recent run.
I don't think it was that short.
You know what? WWE do have a very bad history of mistreating gingers. But like,
But it was perfect for him at the time because he wasn't ready to be the face.
yeah,
But he could be the guy who's right there nipping at their heels.
like he was never out of place. He always did exactly what he was asked to do. He did it well. He never got stale. We never got bored of him. I never got sick
No.
of him. He was able to do fight night and look perfect with the Muppets.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he took everything. And if you look at his
I said this to Chloe the other day. Canonically, his cousin
speaker,
is bigger.
me. But like the stuff he does with the Celtic Warrior workout, and just anytime you see people talking about him or around him, he's just a really decent fucking bloke.
Quick one. Sheamus won the belt on the 13th of December, 2009. He lost it on the 21st of February,
Yeah, he had
2010.
3-month title reign. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he lost
Fair
it at Elimination Chamber. I was
Listen.
bang on.
He survived the League of Nations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look back at the League of Nations fondly.
I do.
I thought it was a phenomenal tag team. It just if it came around 3 months earlier, it would have been better.
I think it's
But, like,
also the stink of Del Rio doesn't make it look better, unfortunately.
True. But like,
Yeah, sadly.
like for it's just unfortunate he didn't get the Grand Slam. And look, the fact whatever reason he genuinely did leave, and it seemingly has the smack of the New Day about it. Get rid of the fellas on the mega contracts and they're cleaning house and capitalism. But I don't not to get into that, but two things I would like to see: a G1 run to see him murder people in Japan, and get a smack of Shelton X about him would be fucking great. And there's very, very open possibility of him doing stuff here, which could really enhance the local scene.
I think that's more likely, to be honest with you. I think there's more. I think, first of all, I do think his very near future is still stateside, but I don't think it's wrestling involved. I think he is genuinely going to look more into TV.
Yeah, broadcasting.
I'll be perfectly honest. Looking at the future of Sheamus, I think he's done.
Yeah.
I think if you look, I think the reason they wanted to restructure is he spent most of the last couple of years injured. The reason he hasn't won anything in recent years, the reason why he's had more intercontinental title shots in history than anyone who hasn't won the belt.
Yeah.
Nobody who's never been champion has had more shots than him.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because he keeps getting hurt.
Yeah.
I know I'm in the minority here. Cesaro's his best mate. An AEW run for 6 months is not out of the question. An AEW run
I think his
debuting
bump
in
card is
London.
built.
Yeah, I'm with Jamie on this one. I think, yeah.
I think he's going to become a fitness influencer.
Yeah.
I think his workouts are where he's going to make content around the workout.
So enjoyable. They're such good fun. I fucking like it. Just from seeing him getting murdered by all the girls is just hilarious. And
I'd also point out as well that he does love his football, and I think
he does.
As daft as it sounds, he is the type of face that I think Americans would like to see talk about football. And it's not that much of a sideways switch when you think of it. That's not much of a sideways switch as it looks, because you can think of someone like him, like being the face of a network following the Premier League, because he's a big Liverpool head, and he's a big. That's the sort of thing that he can do, because I think he's got just about enough crossover appeal that he'd be able to just transition to that quite seamlessly, because other footballers have done that, in fairness.
What he also has is he still has the Irish accent, and the Yanks will be wondering what part of England that accent is from. But he also has 20 years experience talking to Americans, so he has tapered it down. He's an accessible foreign.
I do understand where Arnie are coming from, right? And it does all make sense. But I'm telling you, he'll do what I need to do. Cesaro has already gave the vaguest fucking answer ever. Well, he was like, never know what the future holds. He's already had a chat with him. Come on, do 6 months. God. Get to beat people up. And he won't have to take that many bumps. Let's be real. He probably would have to take maybe a handful of bumps.
It is the sort of trump cards that AEW would pull without All In around the corner. Like, I don't think it really resists the possibility of him
having him come in with the Death Riders. Possibly, this probably won't happen, but possibly coming into the Death Riders to solidify Osprey's heel turn, which I think is probably is that where they're going at the moment with Osprey? Are they kind of teasing like because he's
If
a
you're
Death
doing
Rider, isn't he?
short term, you just have him come in and fuck Osprey in Wembley. The heat.
Well, that's what. But see, Osprey again.
Ireland.
Very vague about what Osprey is actually doing. But last time I saw, he was with the Death Raiders and
They were
It's not quite a heel
training
turn.
him.
Yeah, it's
They were trying
training
to
him.
bring out his
Yeah.
killer instinct
Okay.
after nearly killing him.
right. Well, then I have him coming in to help his mate Cesaro win a belt or the tag team titles. Is not a bad show. You don't have to have him wrestle every week. You can just leave it up to the pay-per-views, and even at that, doesn't bump all that often. Because
So
I'm
you
sure
say
he will
take
probably
Cesaro out of the Death Riders or put Sheamus in?
put Sheamus into it.
Ooh.
A heel Sheamus just beating people up and taking 4 bumps a month. I'm telling you right now, he'll take a couple of $100,000 a year for that.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Because if he does, that's a lol TNA moment for AEW. That just means anyone that WWE discards, they will pick
But
up. Because you
see,
know the New Day are going to.
He's
And that's
New
him,
three more
him and the New
spots
Day.
taken from young talent.
Okay, him and the New Day aren't just anyone, right? A lot of TNA moment would be AEW taking on Mustafa Ali after he got released, or taking on any other
Ali was
random
still young
card
with
they let go.
potential. These lads are in their fucking late 40s.
Yeah,
And
but
Ali is super
It's
AEW coded.
it's
Athletically.
heavily it's star power. I'm sorry, it is.
We've
He's
already
not just
established AEW don't want that. They don't want to make money or fans or be
I
successful.
know we've already established it, but if I was Tony Khan and I was if I was Cesaro
try
and I'm
pull
in
the
the
truck up.
and I have I'm just saying I see it as a likely destination from
With-
even for 6 or 7 months
with-
and then piss off.
But with AEW's product being what it is, with the fan base being what it is, do you think that Sheamus or the New Day are going to make any difference to their business, one way or the other?
New Day, yes.
New Day will.
Sheamus,
New Day
no.
will.
Not for them.
Probably not in the long run, but that's why I'm only saying like 6, 7 months to a year. Just to have him like do stuff with Cesaro for a bit. The best mates had a tag team title run. Maybe wins like a TNT title and gets a special Irish version of the belt at some point, possibly, because they like doing that with the TNT belt. And then just let him leave. I could genuinely see that.
It makes logical sense. It just personally isn't singing to me. I just don't like that particular flavor of ice cream, but it's a nice flavor of ice cream if you like that flavor. I selfishly want them to just do stuff here and get eyes on our local scene and fuck it, have him buy a local fucking football team. You know, let him live his fucking dreams. You know,
He probably does have enough money to buy Bows out. To be honest, with
Yeah.
you. I think he is a member. I think so. Yeah, it's
Like,
entirely
there's this-
possible.
Look, he has paved the fucking way for Irish talent more than anybody really. Like where certain people kind of crept in the door, Irish style. Sheamus fucking big booted it through and kept it open for us.
Yeah.
Like he very much laid the groundwork for Irish talent. And if anything is to be fucking said for the fucking super takeover we've done in WWE, and I would argue that's why AEW shit, need more Irish people there. But that's Sheamus has done something that none of us ever thought anyone was gonna fucking do, which is get there, get over, be beloved, and he's able to walk out with his head held high, and he's still keeping his aura. He's still kept it. He hasn't walked away with a stink on him, and you know he hasn't walked away with telling everyone to go fuck himself. Like he's like, for not even for wanting to be romantic, very fucking proud of him.
Oh yeah,
Really,
I
truly,
think that's the overall kind of like feeling about this. Like in a sense, like I thought he'd be retired a lot quicker than this. In fairness, I genuinely didn't think like he'd be like, because you hear so much about how bad his neck is and stuff like this. Like the fact that he had every now and then a little renaissance run here and there. The fact that he was able to have decent matches with the likes of Gunther up until very recently, or to do bits and bobs with Pete Dunne. Granted, that was with like Pete Dunne using a slave name.
Scrappy do, yeah.
At the very least, that is stuff that I think Sheamus could still be very good at. In a sense, it's still not quite being a manager, not quite being like kind of like a trainer in a sense, but just being a personality. I think that's where his kind of future lies in a sense. Like I'm with Jamie on in the respect of like I just don't see him wrestling again. I don't see why he would, quite frankly,
Get him
because
to if he's gonna do one match, let it be with both with CBL and Young Dara, and let that happen, and then I can just be happy on the local level.
See, I think
even
if he
I think
keeps
the
doing
one
his
match he would
fitness
have would be
regimes,
yeah.
Yeah,
sorry, if he keeps doing his fitness regimes and if he keeps doing that influencing side of things, I do think the door is still open and relations is still good enough with WWE that down the line we could see someone who gets a title shot. So they go to Sheamus and
to
Sheamus
train
trains
him.
them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then he comes in like
Mm.
that, nearly like what was Rocky's mentor's
Yeah,
name?
Mickey. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mickey,
Yeah,
yeah.
he comes in as a Mickey and you get something out of him that way.
Yeah.
Comes
I
in as
think
a
that's
what now?
more likely than a
Yeah, I
run.
heard that too, Aaron. Yeah, Jonathan,
The
clip
win.
that. Clip that.
Yeah, that was
Great
phenomenally done,
phrasing.
Jamie. Well done.
Great phrasing.
Excellent.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, but it's just like he did it. He did it well. He played every single era perfectly, and I would argue a very dark horse star maker. Sheamus was always the gateway to the main event, kind of like the WWE's Ibushi. And that you can, I would argue, he made Gunther. Him and Drew made Gunther
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just pushed him to that other level that he was like, shit, didn't know he had that in him. Fuck.
Well, I don't think you'd be talking out of school when I said like the triple threat between him, Drew, and Gunther is perhaps one of the best matches that WrestleMania's ever had, and it is literally nothing more than three lads kicking the fuck out of each other for 20 minutes, and that's all it needed to be.
And again, from not to bring it up again, 'cause I feel like I bring it up a lot. His match in France with Rusev, which is now his final pay-per-view match in WWE, which didn't know it was going to be, was so much fun. It was so fucking good, and the crowd were fucking hot for Sheamus.
Yeah.
Not Baron Corbin levels hot for an American talent, for a WWE talent, but they were hot for Sheamus. And they didn't like Rusev, and the two of them put on such a good match. By the end of it, everyone was just like they gave them a standing ovation. I don't know if that was shown on TV, but I think as they went off, they gave them a standing ovation because the two of them had a phenomenal match. The lads beat the shit out of each other.
That's something that he's done. Like he didn't get it. He got his moment in Dublin without getting his moment in Dublin. He get his moments. He does all his best work off camera, and in the dark matches. And as a fucking hilariously, the big white fella is the primer coat. So he's just for everything that he's added to wrestling, you can say he's fervently put a stamp on the industry. Like, and he was in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
Like, again, look to
Which
say
is the best thing he did. And he was quite fun in that too, because he really, it was like he asked to play that character because he was like, I know how to play this character, so I'm just gonna fucking do it the way I want to, which was great.
Again, that's the joy with Sheamus, that he is a bit of a chameleon in a sense. He does have such a very skill set that he can do whatever he wants, and a lot of it he did learn in WWE. So there's nothing to say that he can't do it. Again, I from what if he's still a stateside, I think the world is his oyster in that respect. He can take his time and do whatever he wants because he's settled there. He's sorted. Like, I don't think he's in any major panic to do anything. But I will say, if he is going to do one more match, it will almost certainly be with Cesaro, because I think that's
why I think he's going to go to AEW for.
Yeah. No, but this is what I'm saying. It is that hypothetical. It's like I'm with Jamie in the sense that I don't think he's wrestling again. I think he is finished. I see no reason why you risk his body again. If he was to do another one, that is where he would do it. But that's it.
I would want him to do. I'd want him to do what he is kind of coined is elevate someone to a higher status. So if it gives Cesaro that world title run, great.
Yeah,
let him do that.
Yeah, that's, and I think he'd be very valuable in AEW for a year. You couldn't do much more with him for a year, considering the age that he's in. Now, if it was 5 or 6 years ago, I'm like, hey, you got a pretty decent run there. But right now, absolutely perfect to bring in to be the lad that to do what he did in WWE, but it won't be as painful.
A gatekeeper, as it were.
Yeah. Like, you would very easily give him a couple of world title matches. He might win it, maybe for like a month, with the way they hot shot that. But if MJF needs to go back for the title again, or if
MJF and Sheamus promos would be pretty fucking good, given
they
what
would be,
MJF has already said in Ireland on an OTT show.
yeah, they would be fucking brilliant. I think he has some value there for a little bit of time, and then fucks off into the sunset and does his own little thing. Maybe stays in AEW, but just becomes like, you know, the face for the, like, you could do all those workouts that he's already doing, just do it in AEW.
I suppose we'll have to wait and see.
Such a platform.
Yeah. So anyway, that's all to be still decided in the future. But either way, whatever's happened in the past and the present, it's Sheamus has been a very big part of our wrestling lives in that respect, and it's going to be very strange not to have him around. But at the same token, as Brian said it quite well, the legacy is there. Look at all the other paddies that found their way up there as well on the same road that Sheamus traveled the first time. So it's nothing to say that he won't be showing his face somewhere, either here in this parish or in other parishes, wherever that may be. But so look at, I'm sure he's had I don't think WWE owe him anything, and I don't think he owes WWE anything either. So I don't think it's, if anything, I think it's quite appropriate that he gets an Irish goodbye for his career, because I think that's the way he'd like it. So anyway, lads, we're going to leave it here because we have gone we have gone exactly to where we want to go with this podcast. So we're going to leave it here for now, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks' time then to properly preview SummerSlam in all of its hazy August glory, and we'll hopefully actually have some match cards to talk about and see if SummerSlam has got us sufficiently hyped. But for then, first of all, I want to thank my guests here for this show, in Aaron, Jamie, and Brian, for doing the long yards as ever. And we'll see you on the next one. Quick note for those watching, we do have a brand new Monday Madness Discord server for you all to jump onto if you want to keep up with any GrapsWatch talk or any other series that we're doing at the moment. The link is down below the line, so feel free to join up and keep a track of everything that we're doing, including this podcast. And feel free to throw in any topics of conversation when we have downtime, because holy fuck, after SummerSlam, we will. So until then, lads, thank you very much for jumping on, and we'll see you on the next one. Enjoy the Graps.